It's reformed. Yeah. Look, look, sometimes you're given an opportunity to play a whole tribe, a whole damn near species of people, and you jump at it. Yeah, so I play the resident Vorcha clan family that lives aboard the ship, and they've apparently been a part of the ship since before anybody else on this ship. It was it was with the previous owners, and they've just kind of been sticking around, and they help keep things running. And a couple of my characters have been able to fund a bunch of Vorcha colonization efforts. That's what I'll say. Yeah, Fortune big business. Yeah, we got some multi-level marketing going on. We have some rocker fandom stuff going on. We have some like kind of underseated or underhanded like science stuff going on where like I'm kind of a lieutenant or soldier for Valorm. Whatever Valorm needs, Shrot gets it done. Yeah, exactly. With violent means. So yeah, I play a bunch of different characters. I think tonight I'll probably play Drax. Um, and unless there's a need for Nyx or Frex. Oh shit. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Oh man. I tried to. That was like a shining moment for me. I have to say that was a favorite moment for me. Yes. Yeah, you're family. You're like wizened family. Wise She makes space for us. Sweet.
alleys in like Tokyo and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, how they're like smaller little like closet restaurants and stuff, just at like a place like that, just maybe not like the busiest one, probably like on an off street or something. It's a part-time job, so she's not there all the time, but I don't think she's ever had like a real big girl job before like that.
Okay.
I mean, of course we've had our job, but nothing like normal.
Normal job, like a normal slice of life, like checking in 9 to 5 type situation. Cool.
Yeah.
I already have the name of this restaurant. It's going to
Okay.
be called Coastal Clouds.
Cusser Clouds?
No, coastal.
Coastal Cloud. Cusser Clouds.
Let's see. Knowing that you have an affinity towards humans, I'm gonna say that it's a human Turian ran restaurant.
Okay.
That has somehow taken the great art of ramens and made it work for both amino and amina. The two
Dextro.
different dextra. Thank you. So basically, the two digestive systems that are on this world, they have now been able to make it work to where it's like a blend. So even though, so like they want to give, let's say, a Korean comes in and wants to taste how a egg ramen type thing is. Well, they have figured out a way to make it work so they don't get sick. Vice versa, if they want a somewhat authentic taste of what Korean food would taste like or Turian food, they've been able to get the spices and blends in correctly to make it taste like it, though it is digestible for like humans and everyone else. So it's a new style of fusion, but and it's on the up and coming, but like it's a small operation. It's only ran by these two, and you're their third hire.
Can it also be like, maybe she's not like the absolute worst? Like it's not like I'm rolling like nat ones on everything,
Oh
but it's
no.
definitely like a learning process. And I think like one of the things that she's like hyper focused on is, if you've seen on TikTok, the guy that has this is more for like a rice dish, but the guy that has the egg that's folded over into like this pocket, and then he slides it out on a thing of rice and cuts it, and it like folds out, so it's like a runny egg. Yeah, like that. She wants to get that so bad. So whichever one of the two people that works there is like her mentor for that, she's like following it, like super watching, tries it, can't get it yet, but is trying to get that egg trick down.
I think we'll make it a young, let's say a youngish, probably in her 20s, but been cooking all of her life. A human by the name of Ada. She's the one who's doing it, and she's like, okay, now look, you just got to do this, and then this, and then it should work. And like she shows you the motions, and then you go ahead and you try it. I kind of want to make you roll.
Okay.
Just a
D20.
Let's see how good you are at handling the
you know what? Yeah, we're gonna see. We're gonna do a D20, and it's a straight.
Is there a cooking skill in Cyberpunk?
Actually, wasn't there a cooking skill?
Probably. No, there isn't.
There's like a wilderness survival skill.
I'm like trying to.
I feel like education would just be like,
sure.
That's like a life education thing.
Yeah, let's do education. Roll me education.
Education.
First roll of 2023.
Also, just a real quick thing. I also play Satine Paris as my second character. She's like the e-girl Asari.
Yes.
I'm also rolling it on here because I don't trust the dice roller in Roll20 yet this year. So, okay, 13. That's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not as good as she is, but you can tell that she's like been doing this forever. But
she gets nat 20s every single time.
But she looks at that and she's like, you know what? I can actually put that on a dish. And
oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
That's the first time that this has ever happened. Oh my god. Okay, we have to do we should do a shot of something to celebrate. Like I can buy one for everybody in here. There's like 3 people, so it's fine. Then one for the 3 of us. Totally got it. We have to celebrate this. This is the biggest day of my life this week.
So I think you hear a low laugh from the back of the restaurant, and as this large Turian comes out, like super large, he's like, okay, and he pulls out a bottle of the Turian style brandy and a regular. He looks at you. He's like, "You're a tequila girl," and he pulls a shot for him and his wife, and then he pulls a shot for him, and is like, "To a successful egg."
Cheers! And then just like takes it.
A good egg.
A good egg.
Good.
And many more.
And by that time, customers hear the celebration, which always catches their attention in a place like this. So your happiness of doing this has started bringing in more and more people. So it's starting to get a little busy. So
and she's definitely like let's meet like every patron that comes in, like chatting them up and stuff like that. Like she's a cook, but she also kind of like, because it's never too busy, right? So she has the ability to kind of like float like that and go back and forth.
The upselling the sake, like, this one's good. I think you should buy this one, but if you pair it with this second one, I think it's gonna be really good.
Oh yeah,
with the food.
Yeah,
Dexter sake is the best.
Can you be my note taker, because I have nothing, because I have a feeling this restaurant's going to become our
we got this.
Whatever.
We got notes for days, dude.
Does it have a name? Do we get a name? I didn't write that down.
Coastal Clouds.
Coastal Clouds.
All right, I'm gonna make a page right
now. Do they sell like vape juice too?
Shut your mouth. Sure. We don't need to. We don't look.
That's so good.
You all let David get away from looking at what he has in his room for names. Let me get away with it.
Yes.
Do they sell water pipes? Do they sell...
Possibly. No, that belongs to Spirit. That belongs to the Spirit. Yeah, there's another Turian, a big fat Turian, who sells spirits, and because of their belief system, he called it the Spirit. So when he says, he's like, "May the spirits be with you." It's a little fun tongue-in-cheek thing. There is an alcohol place here.
That's where Reno says constantly. Yeah. The first time he made a pun like that to me, I'd be like, "I'm in. I will give you all of my money."
You guys you and Zen actually, when we played on our little private game, that's where you guys went to. You went to that guy's place.
That was when I got hooked. Then yeah. I've been there every night since then. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's what's going on. You're doing that. Have you visited Dell at all? Or not Dell? Have you visited Lauren at all? I'm sure you have.
Oh yeah, that's why it's a part-time job and not a full-time job. Because she had to do something for like part of the time, because just kind of like sorry, Lauren, just sitting there like all day every day, she would get antsy and she would be more trouble than help. Honestly, it was probably like, and Gavin, tell me if I'm wrong, but it was probably like some like off like side comment that Lauren made about like, you should get out, like go do things, and that is the only reason that she like went to go do that.
Yeah, I would be like, maybe like one of the few times like man, I could go for some egg thing right now, and it kind of like clicked, like egg dish, that looks really cool, I can make that for Lauren. I also I can learn this by going out, and
she went to go like run to like she was basically like Lauren's like DoorDash would like run to a restaurant and like you want what? Okay. And then like would like run and go get it. But then like the one time that she ran to go get it, kind of like saw that egg dish happening and was like super fixated on it, and came back and was like, I think there's something but like felt really guilty about it. And it's like, there's something I have to do.
Oh, you should do it.
But okay. But you,
I think I'll be okay. I still got stuff to work on. I think it sounds like you want to do
it. This means I can get more eggs for you.
Yeah, that's always good.
All the eggs.
I need to bulk back up, so eggs are good.
Perfect. Okay. I mean, they might not even let me. I don't know how to get a job.
And then Lauren's gonna put hand on the shoulder and go, "You're the coolest person I know. You're gonna get the good job."
That is very sweet, and gives a kiss on the cheek, and then runs to go get the job. And that's the day.
Sweet. So all right, so that's what you've been doing part-time for the last 3 months, is working this little side hustle. You know what? Valorm, in between keeping the beast contained, because power lifters always want to do more than they're ready for after an injury, and athletes will do more than they should. What has Valorm been doing on the ship? And if you don't want to do Valorm, what's Tatum been doing?
I can tell you what Tatum's been doing. It's real quick. Tatum's been growing a bonsai tree.
That's fucking
amazing.
Because of course he fucking did.
Oh my god.
No,
He's
at some point,
responsible enough to have a plant.
Oh my god.
Look,
I'm gonna set this seed for you. At some point, broke his arm. Don't know when it happened. Don't know why. At some point, broke his arm. So he's wearing the overcoat, but with one sleeve that just hangs because he's got the sling, and he's like artfully grooming a like bonsai tree, and then swapping that out with just little sips of like whiskey, and he's only got one hand, right? So he's got to stop, and it's just like this scene, and you could set lo-fi to it. I swear to God, that's all he's been doing.
He's just showing off how well adjusted he is.
So well adjusted.
In the background, there's constantly my shadow or just a glaring face. I'm like, why is he so cool?
He can breathe for the first time in years. So he's committed to the art of bonsai.
The rest of us are just like, oh, what a hero, like
So,
don't know why.
Cool. He's just so cool. If this were like a season of a show, like the ending credits would be the like escalation and growth of this bonsai tree, and all of us just being like, what's going on through like the hallway, like what the
Reno chopping it at the bottom.
Yeah, but it's just like credits roll, but it's like each week it grows a little bit, and then you see a like casted arm and a glass of whiskey.
You're gonna make me pay a ridiculous amount of money for somebody to just get an anime ending for this non-existent show.
Ending, yeah. Oh yeah, but that's all Tatum's been doing. Literally, like he'll like hang out with people sometimes, but that's it. He's just been working on his bonsai tree and like not being on the run for a minute.
Yeah, so I think for him, Rebecca leaves you alone because you're not bothering anyone. So you're like one of the few people who are allowed to be on the ship consistently for Tatum. He's like one of the few. So yeah, but what's Valorm? And Valorm are like the only the science and medical team is like the only team that they have to work around. That was like a non-starter for Cam. It's like, hey, look, these people are really particular. Just work around them. And you've gotten a lot of new stuff. Questionable how they got some of this medical stuff, but you got it.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, Valor's been like probably just tidying house. Like he had like 5 million emails of like offers for things. So he's probably like had those sorted by others into like, how long will this take me to get done kind of things. And he started with the like couple hours to bang out a paper versus the like, this might be a longer commitment sort of deal. And he's just been going through the easy stuff for like the past little bit, just like 3-4 papers a day, just like going for it,
So while you were doing that, I think an email would have
authoring with Schrott, of course.
Yeah. Of course, you're getting like praises and like awards from different types of science journals on your groundbreaking Vorcha. There's been people saying that you have turned their opinion on Vorcha coming to you, that maybe there are more than just meat bags. There's a small movement at Chichanka where Ergnot Rex has science team. I know a Krogan with science team. We're getting advanced in this bitch. He has started a movement to give ranking like actual jobs to Vorcha other than just soldiers, to see if like his crew can recreate what you have recreated, and it has helped the harvest explode by 23%. So you have a personal invitation by Ergnot Rex whenever you can to come by Chichanka so he can award you the I had a clever name that just because it was going to go with this, what they call the sun, whatever they call the sun in their lore, that award to you because you have brought greatness to to the Krogan clans through Vorcha. But not every, I don't know how you feel about your folks, but you also have an email from people you haven't seen in a while because of how famous you've gotten in some of your
people.
Huh?
What kind of people? Who are these people? Because it's gonna.
Well, one is your sickly mother saying that she is happy to see that her son is making something of himself, and not committing war crimes all the time.
Not all the time.
That's a perfectly motherly dick. I am so proud of you being better than what you were before.
You felt bad about it, all right? You can only do war crimes so long, and then you get conflicted.
And
what does she want? Money? Does she want money?
No, it was just one of those, like, if you want to interact with her, she just wants to know that her child is fine. Her star clutchling. You know.
Yeah, Valor's got the like Solarian mommy issues of like, oh, what, my 300 siblings aren't good enough for you? Like you gotta bother me all the time.
I used to not even get on the Christmas card, Solarian Christmas card, and now all of a sudden I'm favorite.
For a great pride to the clan. In that email also, there is a interesting thing from your old STG days. A Solarian was captain, now admiral, because it's been that way. Karahi has reached out to you and said, please get in contact when you are available. We are aware that you're in a interesting situation.
I don't know what that means. Give the email of like, all inquiries can be directed to my business email here. If it's urgent, I can be reached here. But Taylor's got that thing of like, I'm not calling anyone on the phone. No.
Mm-hmm. You actually have a quite quick reply. It was like, contact will be made when available.
Yeah, that's all fine. But yeah, other than that, Vader's just been big chilling. He's got his science thing going on. He's like pretty sure he might not get shot at for the next little bit, so he's like hanging out.
Just
so I know, Ethan, whenever you get requests for stuff like this, does Shrot know to not book your calendar with that appointment?
I think there was like a period of time where everything somehow got put on the calendar.
Yeah.
And then there had to be like a meeting of like, listen, not everything has to go on the calendar. We have to screen these things.
23 meetings at the same time is not a great practice.
Just do a group call.
I've been on
same time. Let them know.
I've been on Vroom calls for 3 days. I missed my 20 minutes of sleep last night. Could you you must understand the toll that takes on my body.
I'll just book her at the same time you're doing your big presentation so she can listen in and be proud of you and not say anything.
That's fair enough. That's
okay.
Good enough. Consider a flower arrangement? I don't know.
Yeah, edible arrangements. You got it.
Edible, yes.
What do you even eat these days?
Oh my god!
What do Solarians eat? Probably a lot, considering the speed of.
I mean, you guys eat. I think it's like
they probably have like a high calorie, nutrient dense bar that they.
Is it like a mono diet? Like they can only eat one thing, and that's how their metabolism is so high because they can break down this one thing super well, and they can't break down anything else.
They kind of remind me of like amphibians, so I imagine.
Yeah, I think they are amphibious.
Yeah, so it's just some kind of like, what do frogs eat? Frogs eat a bunch of stuff.
Flies,
anything that's small.
Mosquitoes.
I'm just gonna send a bunch of stuff that I think will fit in her mouth, and then.
Perfect.
Whatever you do eat, can you just like have some kind of system rigged up? Like it's like a tube from the kitchen to your lab, and
it's
you literally
just like
it's like a hamster.
You pull a lever and then go and then like all of it drops in your mouth.
See, but that's what Solarians eat when they're like home.
Oh,
like,
okay.
But like Valor's been out and about so long, it's just sleeves and sleeves of cookies.
Yeah.
All right, just 24 stack of double
pastries,
stuffed Oreos,
and a little hot plate to warm him up whenever he wants them warm.
Tea, some herbal tea, like it's like a lot of coffee cake kind of stuff.
That makes sense.
Oh, so
this
yeah,
is good world building.
this
This
is
is really good world building. Look, the makers of Mass Effect really left out a lot of really important details.
They did.
Like the amount of Oreos that Solarians eat on a daily basis.
Space Oreos.
Yeah.
Space Oreos.
Sporeos.
Yeah.
Sporeos.
Sporeos. They're derived from mushrooms, like this really sweet.
That cream.
mushroom.
That cream filling is just a sweet mushroom.
You can't eat too many.
In Mass Effect 5, if I see Solarian eat an Oreo, I'm going to be like, I want my royalty check right now because I know
Matt has the facts in the Discord. Processed vegetation.
I mean,
so they eat neutron
syrup's processed vegetation. So it's like that could be anything.
So the one thing that you take a look that they have installed in your little area, though, on the request, because Sydney's still here, is there is now a classic bookcase with books in it. To give the people who don't understand, books don't exist in the Mass Effect world unless you have a lot of money. Like, it's an oddity. And her whole back part of her area full of books. Now, if you look at those books, it's every single weapon that's ever been designed by human Asari Turian, because she has taken back because as you all know, Owen and Gold Squadron is no longer Owen and Gold Squadron. They are called the Dragoons because now Owen has rapidly been getting new recruits. And that 30 that you guys had has now rapidly swelled to about 150. So he has now like a private militia on his hands. It's going to be so weapon tech.
It's going to be so expensive to prank 150 fucking dudes.
We have the money now and the resources.
But it will be worth it.
The best we can do is a phishing email. That's the best we got. Is a phishing email. That's the only thing we can get together.
A fucking email chain. If you don't forward this to the rest of your squad in 3 minutes, you're
because
if you don't...
we have your portrait camera data. We know what you've been doing.
If you don't forward this to 10 people, the Leviathan will come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, perfect.
You gotta be careful.
The Reapers will come back.
You gotta be careful because there's a fair amount of Krogans that'll be like, that sounds like a fun fight.
They're just like, we're not gonna do it.
Have the specialized ones for the Krogan.
Quads will shrink.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just have specific Krogan emails and then everyone else.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So you're noticing that here recently, Sydney has gone away from more of like the life-saving medicine. And recently she's been like tinkering with a lot of guns to try to get more power. And like, she looks at you, he's like, can I see your Tempest real quick? And she starts fiddling with it. And it's like, yeah, okay. Give me... You don't like using this thing. Give me like 2 weeks. And she wanders off with your gun into her area to start fiddling with a, you're going to probably end up getting a new damage increase.
Sounds good to me. You know, I love to shoot guns as Valor.
Well, if it works. Give
me the busted one. I'll shoot it twice.
I have a goal in this season to get you to shoot it at least once. So I would entice it with power. I've tried to entice it by putting you in a bad spot. You still haven't fired it. So now I'm going to entice it with just power. I'm going to give you the power.
That's what it is. Give me the power.
The golden gun of Mass Effect. If you just shoot one bullet.
I am no longer Babee. I crave power.
So that's what's been going on. Let's see. David. Now your people are in an interesting position. And I can't wait. Because the Vorcha itself had to be removed temporarily, your brood mother, like they found you a nice place, a nice warm place for your clutchlings. But she, Rebecca, not one to ever miss an opportunity, went and asked if it would okay to employ some of your people with the understanding that they would be allowed to stay.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think the mother would insist that the Vorcha that stayed, the only Vorcha that stayed were 2 generations in, so that we have time to adapt to planetary living, because we are void walkers. We are not landborn, and we need a couple of generations of landborn in order to really make it.
And she would happily agree to that because she sees the value of your people as scouts, spies, because nobody pays attention to Vorcha here yet. And she will be slowly paying those people a percentage of whatever work they do. And then it's up to the brood mother to decide how much the void walkers get from each individual person. Because she's going to put each individual Vorcha she works for on a payroll. So you can get a cut of that. And she kind of explains that to you. It's like the matriarch. It's like you will get an individual cut of each Vorcha that stays here. Works for me.
Wow. So it's like I'm going to call that like a recruitment thing, right? Where she's getting paid or the family's getting paid a little bit of.
Yeah, a little bit off of each
fee.
Yeah. Okay. That's awesome. That would be agreeable as long as it was setting them up for success and not exploitation. So yeah, she'd be down for all that for sure.
No, and you will see that any of your Vorcha you personally control would see that Camus has been speaking well for you guys as well, and like pitching as much to you guys about you guys as much because of how important awesome. Because he's like, look, this is my family, and though we are friends, you're not going to take advantage. And she's like, no, why would I ever do that? And he gives that side glance, like, really, queen of the.
It's cool. It's cool. I mean, like, Vorcha talk. It's fine. You know, we'll figure it out if she's on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Camus warns her, it's like, don't do that with these ones. No. See, and he points at Drax. He's like, you see that one with the big metal arm? Yeah, no. You don't want that one. But also, who's the one that owns the multi-level marketing lever anymore?
Oh man, that's Frex. Frex owns the V.
One of the many arms of Big Vorcha.
Yeah.
So you've had for Frex, you've had like I said, you've had 3 months basically to set up shop here.
Ooh, damn.
Would you have taken so there is a possibility that like you have so much money coming in that if you just want to buy a storefront, you can buy a storefront if you wanted to.
Is there a Vorcha presence on this planet already?
There is a Vorcha presence, but they are unaligned with any Vorcha. It's almost like they have their own gang. They're not with the Blood Pack. They're not with that. Like you got some scatters of Blood Pack, but if you go and ask Rebecca anything about like the gangs you're used to running into, she's like, "Oh, we took care of them years ago."
Gotcha.
Like this is my city. So
then, yeah, I think what Frex would probably do is have the team busy like scrubbing away all of the like pack specific marketing efforts that we've done. Like whenever marketing to Blood Pack, here's how you do it. Whenever you're marketing to these other tribes, here's how you do it. Like we're now gonna like try a bunch of different stuff, and Frex is gonna want to have like I think more than a storefront here, and it's gonna want to like figure out how to get the product to take off with the local Vorcha that are here, so that they can be, agent for the makeup empire.
Do you have a business role? Do you have business for Frex?
Oh yeah. 1 second. Let me pull up. Let me pull up the character sheet. But yes, I'm certain that Frex here has the thing. Let me just look at my skills.
You have enough IP if you want to just dump points.
I know, right? It's ridiculous. Like Frex really is low cost because he doesn't do any of the biotic stuff. So I could easily, yeah, I have a business bureaucracy.
I tell you what, let's do bureaucracy first to get enough of the Vorcha in a room.
Okay.
Because that's your strong point, and then roll me business after that.
Sure. So we're looking at, dang, dude.
You got them all. All of them are in this.
I got a crit on that one. That was awesome.
Yeah. So like every single one of your people you sent out brought back a representative of about all 30 gangs in a Vorcha. And then because it was so at a 30, David, you get Asari, you got Solarians, you got Quarian, like business Quarians that are also interested because it's like
who's ever brought all of the unaligned Vorcha of the area
nobody's
together, right?
Yeah, nobody.
Okay,
so
cool.
everybody's like taking note, like what the fuck?
Yep. And I think then there would be two meetings. There would be the Vorcha only meeting, and then there would be the bigger meeting, and I don't know when one happens versus the other, because like there is a bit of like, this is like Vorcha for Vorcha.
Yes.
Nest going on here. But yeah, that's awesome, dude. That's really cool.
Yeah,
I love it. I love it.
With that success, I won't make you roll another one. Because you have enough respectful business people there to understand, like, these are people who kind of know your stick, because you have people at Ilium and Omega and other places that are kind of filtering in, that know, like, hey, you need to listen to this person, but let them do their thing first. Like, they are respectful for you.
Right.
So you got people who are used to work, like some of your field agents that you sold are here, and they're like,
awesome.
Hey, wait. So go ahead, roll me and give me 2 business rolls.
2 business rolls. You got it. All right. First big business roll. And of course, I'm in my Sherbert power suit that we have tailored 6 ways from Sunday, right?
That gets a plus. That gets a +2 to that, because
the turtleneck.
Steve Gerbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Steve Gerbs.
So I think it's Scott Gerbs.
Scott Gerbs.
Oh yes, look at that. Another crit, like a 31.
Yeah, +2, so it's a 33, because your business suit's giving you. So with that
power suit,
with that, every single Vorcha has signed on to you and has gone back and started, and some of them have even come to you, like the bigger clans, and saying, we can help you manufacture.
That's what we need. We need local manufacturing. These acids don't make themselves.
Right. So like you have a bunch of them, like, we can get it. Just give us a week. And they go off to do their thing. Give me another business roll to see how many of these prominent business people that you get.
Oh, there's the crit fail. All right, there it is.
Even with the +2, it's bad. It's bad.
It's not great. It's not great. Yeah.
I think because they saw, like, this is for Vorcha. I think instead of like it being like, oh, whatever, this isn't going anywhere, you see it's like, you know what? We're gonna wait and see how this works. Because some of the Vorcha gangs that are signed on are more infamous. And they want to make sure it's more of, they're coming at it with caution. Like, they see the promise, but it's like, you're in line with some
rough crowd.
Like a rough crowd. And like, in your particular crew, though, is with a crime boss. So they're like, we believe in you, but we just want to see how this plays out before we put our credits in. Yeah, it's like, we want to. They're like, we're not gonna risk what we've worked so hard for.
There's a second chance business, all right.
Yeah, I was about to say, I kind of am thinking that we're starting to see that the Sherbert power suit works real well with Vorcha specifically.
A good play there.
Yeah. And the others are like, who wears a Sherbert colored power suit to a business meeting?
It works well. It works well with eccentric rich people, like who you work with those people, and with criminal underworlds like on Omega. But here it's more legitimate business. It's like, We like the pitch.
Mm-hmm.
The optics aren't great.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
So that's what happened there. I feel like I want to do. We know Strout's been working with them. What has because there's no blood pack to hunt? What has Drax been up to?
Oh man, I think that Drax has been either training with his mech or in a mech simulator. Because
you know what, that's a good. That's good. I already have a scene for you. I need you, Gavin, to bring Satine out on this one. We'll go into next simulation time.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So
bring out the Lancer map, baby. Let's go.
I want to say like whenever Satine found Drax had like a camera on like a long like pole down to like a little toy model town that was like the mech, and because Drax doesn't know like computers and shit, but would figure out like a way to like, I want to act like I'm marching through a city. So let me make a little like town with the scrap and shit that I find around this spaceship and have my camera mech knock things over. So that's how you found Drax early
Yeah,
on.
and I'm sure like Satine has been like just kind of doing this whole back and forth of like trying to rebuild her rig that was taken from her. And I think she's like had one. She always has like a backup that's like on the go, but now she's like built it back up to where she is, and she's probably like stealing pieces where she can or buying them from people. And so I'm sure just days all of a sudden hunks of metal are gone. Things are just like oddly placed. Like what the hell's going on? And then see that you're doing this weird camera thing.
Yes, exactly.
Sweet.
Yeah. So what are we doing together?
You know what? I want you, David, to roll. There's no thing as video games, but there is basic tech, which I'm sure he's great at. But it's Satine is.
I can help with that as well.
Yeah, I was like, you can get a +2. Satine is helping you try to figure this out.
Cool. Did I get another crit failure?
Yeah, we got a 7. Is there any way I can save that and be like, oh, good try? Let me try.
It makes a lot of sense that Drax would be messing this up. I mean, honestly.
Roll me another cyber tech. And
Me?
we'll combine the two. Yeah, basic tech. Roll me a
basic or
tech.
cyber?
Basic. Okay.
Oh my god.
So with that,
Casual.
Oh my god. You find Drax.
Okay.
He's like his fingers are all cut up because he's working with like jagged metal, and he's just like really sucking at this job. He's like getting all frustrated.
Like I don't know. It's like every time she's like, no, please don't touch this wire with this piece. Is there just like this ever growing of like, wait, why can I touch this piece? Are you betting me not to? And just like, oh, okay, all right.
Right. So with her success, I'd say that after a week or two, because if you had a crit, I would have said within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks, you would have had another 2 points in land piloting. But with her help, you get a lead, and it takes 3 months, but you at least get 1 extra point in land piloting for your
nice.
It takes all 3 months, and I say that's what Satine like has been doing off suit is like helping him. So
love it.
You're like in streaming, of course. So, and maybe you guys even stream like a little mock battle that's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I like put up like mini projectors so that we can have this like VR battle, so I can be like jumping over his mech and shit?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
That'd be so cool.
No, that's good. Cool. So that's what's been going on. Satine's been helping with that. Taylor, I left you and Zen for last. Mm-hmm. What have you guys been doing?
Yeah, I mean, we bought so much like home improvement stuff that we have no business operating, and have I don't know if Zen has helped me, but I have redone my apartment about 7 times. I have endless money and there's so many styles I want to try because I don't have to worry about stuff like moving because we're on a fucking moving ship anymore. This is great. So that at least happened.
You have like a whole week of shiplap. And then like the following Sunday, you're like,
no.
I fucking hate shiplap. Get all this shit out of here.
Just like working it up with my bare hands.
So,
Yeah, I will say, like, obviously, like during those moments, I'll say Zen was helping. Like, do you really want to like redo all this shit again? Like,
look, I really thought
time?
that this white was white, and now that it's on the entire wall, I see it is not actually white. Why are there so many whites?
Well,
It's
when
ridiculous.
something says off-white, it doesn't mean that it is a different kind.
There was like eggshell. Well, oh no, that was the textures. That's a whole nother ball game. There was things like light feather, kind of heavy feather, snowbird. Like those are. What's the difference in those? They are different. I see now. I should have maybe gone with snowbird.
Fine, we can try snowbird.
You don't have to help me. Why are you still here? You know you're not getting paid, right? Like I just need to clarify.
So whenever Zen isn't helping her do this thing, obviously, like he's been exploring, looking just for new tech, seeing what he can find out. But if y'all are familiar with BattleBots, I'm gonna say Zen found like a drone fighting like thing where engineers tinker and make their own like thing and put it into arena. Watch it go.
There's a fucking
what he's doing.
BattleBot fight club on this world. I love it.
Yeah, tinker with my drone and like, all right, let's go. See
And
what
then,
happens
like,
this time with the
cheaper,
spider
though?
legs or whatever else. Like, yeah.
Wouldn't it be like hella cheap since you can just like hard light those now?
Yeah.
That's true. No, this is
Like-
like the old school.
No, no, no,
it's like
no, no.
supposed to
This
be
Old
is
school
retro.
robot, like
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
they,
Like,
they went and found like vintage kinetics like pieces and shit that they just happened to find. You know,
there's this
like,
really old Korean. He's like, we don't do that hard like shit here, kids. So if you want to do this, get on our level. All right, we don't fuck that. We don't do that here. Zen, just to let you know, you are now fully able after you taken your shot. And it's been like 2 weeks, 3. It's been 3 weeks since the shot, month and a half. Yeah, you be good. You don't have to wear a suit no more. You're fully adapted. You've been going back to that clinic, and they have been telling you like, so if you're gonna stay here, you only need to take your booster shot every 6 weeks for this next year. But if you're going off world, let us know and we can give you a supply of boosters to your ship. Because they don't know that you work for them. Just as a heads up, CIVO has lined the med bay with booster shots for you and the Quarians that way, because a lot of the Quarian, one, she doesn't want to lose her crew, and two, it's more important for her to make sure, like, especially for like somebody who are in an interspecies like marriage or togetherness, partnership, there it is, that's the word, that, you know, they can finally touch each other. So it's like, yeah, no, we're going to just vast majority of amino boosters and blockers.
This game has been in a really good mood lately.
He's been in a fan-fucking-tastic mood.
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's Margaritaville, man. We're chilling.
I know.
How can you not be in a good mood?
We come into the ship one day and he's playing it. We're like,
What the fuck?
oh my god. We can't say anything. We have to hold on to this so we can use it against him.
No, it's like, well, so this is the thing. So all of you guys would notice that both CIFO and Camus have, it's almost been a reverse role. Camus has been taking more and more day in stuff, but while CIFO has been working with the ship mostly, because an Asari Dreadnought is the most different thing in the world to her. And everything is like hollow projection and hard light stuff and beautifully architected. She's been used to humans, Turians, and Quarian ships her whole life, which everything is still very manual based. And now there's all this automation. And low key, though they've been trying to keep it on the low with the new engineers, they're trying to integrate Artemis, your guys' AI, into the system. And they've been having some quirks with that. the systems haven't been playing nice. So that's what they have been working on. So that's one thing that all of y'all have been noticing. That Camus is kind of acting like he's not acting. He is basically back in charge. But you also notice he has not pulled anyone for a mission. Usually during these times, he's got like Renos, you're on a mission, or Dell, you're on. Obsidian has not been pulled for a mission this entire time. He's like, no. Owen's been busy.
You have a cat yowling?
Yeah.
You do have
Well,
a cat, right?
Yeah, I have 5 cats.
Maybe a whole
that's
nother
what I was
concerning
like,
thing.
All of a sudden, like, yeah, the look on your face was very like, what the hell?
But nobody's trapped. I've left all the doors open. There's plenty of food, plenty of water. I know who it is. It's Beth. Beth is looking for Jen, and Jen's at my sister's house right now. So
No.
go away. So yeah. During this time, Renos, you've had time to talk to Lauren if you've wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it would probably, I don't know, probably be pretty early on into the break. Just whenever she was able to take visitors, I was probably like awkwardly standing in a door kind of vibe until it was like good. But yeah, I think this is before the home improvement stage. I think I finally took that on to kind of take up some space in my head, but at this point I was just hovering.
So I want to say this was like a month into her. Lauren is a pretty fast healer because of what Cerberus has done for her, but like the extensive damage has been pretty bad. Like there was a touch and go moment there. She was going to get cybernetic like lungs and stuff. Like how bad she was, but now
like
she's kind
separate
of
treatment almost. Like
yeah. So like, but she pulled through and her organs regen the way they were supposed to. But she's still bedridden at this point. If you wanted to be like that or lightly walking around,
and maybe like I wouldn't be like, hi, talk to me while like dying actively. So yeah, it'd probably be, starting to get into like that light physical therapy stage.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, so you two are gonna be in the workout room. You have a workout room now. So
Fancy.
and I think Valorn left you in charge because he had a paper to write.
Bad idea.
Terrible idea, but it's part of your growth and your therapy. And if you do a bad job, we have to talk about it for like the next month and a half. So, it's like one of those things.
No
yeah, I'll be good. Can't lift more than what, 5 pounds?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, I'll just like sit awkwardly, like watch by, like I'm supposed to make sure you don't push it, otherwise I'll talk about it in therapy. Like I don't want to like push you in any sort of direction, but if you could like maybe not while Valorm's not here, because I really don't want to deal with the fallout of that.
So I think Lauren like picks up even like a 20 because I'm not, am I starting therapy or am I like mid therapy, like physical therapy at least?
I'm gonna say you're at least from how Taylor you said it, you would like it to be more of a comfortable timing. So I think mid therapy, because I feel like watching somebody for so long as strong as Lauren has, picking up a 5-pound weight would be somewhat traumatic. So
yeah,
even 20 pounds can be like, ugh.
Yeah.
Used to watching her bench press a Honda Civic.
So you see her like move her hands from the 50s area to like the 20s when you'd be like, hey, don't push it. And she kind of picks up the 20 and you see that it's like still a little shaky and it's still not great for Lauren. And so, yeah. But she kind of does her thing quietly and just kind of gives you like, yeah, of course, I won't push it. And then that's when she does her hand move.
I'm just still impressed. Like Reno's probably has trouble with the 20. Definitely has trouble with the 20. So, how you feeling? Is that dumb to ask? I don't know.
I think Lauren, as a sense of humor, used to say whenever anyone said that, like death, until people started not laughing, and then she pushed it a little bit further and then stopped. But she probably is like, "Ah, I've been stronger, but I'm still alive."
Reno's is just actively like holding it together a bit. So you're good. Like you're really good?
You'll see Lauren kind of like look away for a second, just kind of quickly, and be like, "Yeah, I'm okay." You just hear a little sniffle.
I feel like there might be, there's lots of construction happening on the other ship, but there might be some roof dirt in the air, and maybe we just need to like let that like work its way through, and maybe share in words and roof dirt tears.
I could use a roof hug.
Okay. I think Rita's like way too quickly starts to get up and then just like, oh yeah.
And she's not like fully crying. I got myself to get a little teary-eyed there. I like you just know her breathing pattern is just a little heavier, and it's just like, yeah, and like a deep exhale when you kind of hug her and stuff, and be like, I've been better.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be real open, honest here. I will kill you if you fucking die again. I will bring you back to life again. For now, the second time. We really gotta stop doing missions without Valorm. Anyway, I will fucking kill you.
Things need to change about what I do, and I don't want you to kill me.
I don't wanna. I don't wanna really, but I don't know, man.
Thank you, by the way, again, for saving me.
Oh,
first time.
Yeah, like right now, no problem. When I need something later, I will be using that a lot. But I'm gonna wait until you're feeling better.
Okay. I mean, I still owe you regardless of situation. I did die. So
God, I wish it was Del. She would have really hated this agreement, and it would have been a blast.
Where are y'all having the conversation right now?
Jim?
What are they? Yeah, our little ship.
Yeah, technically, it's like this dreadnought has like a rehabilitation room because it was a former Asari commando dreadnought. So like, there's a rehabilitation room here. Like, this is a nice ship, like nicer than the Relentless by like tenfold. So
if Zen was walking back to the apartment, would he have to walk past this workout room at all?
No, because you're so far out on the cove. If you look at the picture, like, are you leaving the ship? Is my question, or are you just trying to are you wandering through town?
I'd be coming back on the ship from
coming back on the ship. No, this is in the lower areas, like towards like the shuttle bays and stuff like that, like where the entrance of the ship is. Yeah.
Just that, but I mean,
I'm sorry.
I'm not. No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I
sorry.
have said that so many fucking times to you when you were out that Baylor and I had a long conversation about it. But don't apologize. I don't know what exactly it is that you've experienced, but I know it's not good. And I know because I've made the same fucking looks that I see come across your face sometimes. And I don't want to make you talk about anything, or even if I'm the one you should, but you have to. I don't know if you blame yourself. I don't know if it's some sort of you're trying to prove something. But whatever it is, and if I can help, got to find a way forward from whatever's keeping you back, because that's the past. It can't ruin your entire future too.
You're right. I am sorry about my past, but I care too much for you guys for it to not be present with you all. Yeah. There's a lot to think about.
So then if there's anything I can do, let me know. I've seen a fair share of shit that's fucked me up. Maybe at least some misery's company. What's the misery business? What is that human thing?
Misery is good company?
I don't know.
Misery company.
I'm playing it off as Reno doesn't know, but Taylor also doesn't.
I don't know either. I thought
Misery loves company.
Misery loves company. That's what it was.
I like the idea that misery makes good company is what Lauren actually meant and said. That's just like misery makes good company. Yeah.
I love the fact that you said misery. Am I the only one when she said misery business started breaking out in song in their head?
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm not alone in that.
Yeah. I think Lauren would also start like a series of like dark inside jokes with like by like telling stories of her really fucked up like military past.
Mm-hmm.
And it may be like a little uncomfortable at first because it was with Cerberus at the time.
Yeah.
But like I think they kind of bond over this. Like, man, there's a lot of fucked up shit. It's like without her like explicitly saying it, and I don't know how it would be brought up, but she's like really talking about how she's been like formed as a tool. So she never says that, but like her being used as basically a weapon and as a shield is kind of this theme that she kind of circles with stories and partly dark, fucked up jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Fall into it, commiserate, talk about whatever. Probably like lightly just like tossing a medicine ball back and forth. Like just whatever.
She can still do that with one arm.
Yeah, and I'm
pretty
like
easily. Yeah.
I only get to like 10 and I'm like, okay, let's just sit down. But we'll just kind of go along that. And I feel like by the end of it, the mood's getting like straight girl talk, it's getting a little lighter and just like laughing about things. And then she's just like, Lauren, like I'm learning a lot in this whole situation. And I am no professional. Valor's taking a very long time, but I am no professional. But you just gotta do you, dude. Like like you love to work out. What else do you like to like? What makes you happy?
Spending time with Dale.
Okay, there we go. Step one. You should when I don't know if you still stay on the ship, but whatever you can't, you should fucking do you, man. Go see Dell. Hang out. Do you want to I mean, this is like real long-term thinking, but like 5 years down the road, you want to still be doing the work we're doing? Like, what's your vibe there?
All that I know that I want in 5 years down the line is to be with you people, surrounded by you people.
Oh.
My number 2 favorite thing?
Uh-huh.
Hanging with you.
I like my spotted number 2. You know, that's really fine. I like even numbers. So honestly, it's preferable for me than number 1. But I mean, fuck, I don't know what I want to do in 5 years. Like, yes, sappy sweet answer be with you guys. But like, do I want to still be possibly losing legs? I could have 2 wheelies. After that, what do you lose, you know?
You could have 3 legs. I have 3 arms. Sometimes.
I feel like 3 legs would be a lot more difficult. I feel like you'd have to go 4. Because like a 3rd one would just be in the way.
Lauren would also do that like skittering motion of like you can like implying that you can climb walls if you have more than 4 legs.
What are you trying to make Maul over here from Star Wars Animated? Like we're trying to make Maul over here. There's a spider robot form.
But yeah, and then just like
what about that Zen character?
What about him?
How like Lauren thought she was really smooth at first, but now it didn't have any follow-up. How does he relate to the team?
Oh. I feel like he does what Sydney does, but then we don't have to deal with Sydney.
How does he relate to you?
My second employee. Can you believe that? I'm starting to, I think, does that mean, do I have my own company or am I just like a position and I'm like small manager?
Business. I think you're small.
Or am I own? Do I need an LLC?
I like how earlier you made it clear that you were not paying your employee while your employee was doing various odd jobs for you.
But they do it for me. So
she's a real loose definition of employee.
Yeah, anyway, I don't know. You know, honestly, I guess it doesn't matter because both Zin and Malachi do my books. Yeah. So they can be eating whatever the fuck they want at this point, if we're going to be honest. But
just a heads up, just to give you, like, as you say that, like we just do a smash cut to Zin living in a fucking penthouse in this apartment with his now sorry girlfriend just chilling out, sitting up there having a great old fucking time. He's like, yes.
Living the life, man.
He's just like, this is the best accident I have ever had in my life. And he's just got like 7 monitors watching the stock market, playing with your money, being a day trader. Like, she's got so much goddamn money. This is amazing.
Oh my God. He's going to bankrupt me. One bad trade. I'm going to be screwed. I'm not even know why. Oh no, I think we lost Casey.
I'm still here in my video.
It's just video.
Yeah, and I can still hear you, which was good.
Yeah, no, the camera just decided, I don't want to live anymore.
Man, just
like a piece of junk.
Like, yeah, I mean, he is really good at fucking using power tools. He can just look at a fucking like chainsaw and know how to use it. Like, do you know how many random power tools we bought from Home Depot? Lowe's.
Space Depot.
That's like,
Space Depot.
I was like,
it's highs in space.
I was like,
Stop it.
With an extra E as well.
It's not
it's high.
Highs.
They got bought by Lowe's. Now, okay, like America collapsed in the 2030s and never been the same since.
Lows are all the planet side change, but then highs
Yeah.
are all like this.
Highs are-
It's one of those things. We're not creating this. This is the muse speaking forth from us. We don't have any control over this, David. It's highs. It's just what it is. It's just what it is.
You just have to embrace the feed and let it be.
Yeah.
While they're having this conversation, Zen goes to walk back into the apartment with like 6 jugs of paint in his hands, and he's like, "Hey, so Renos, like they had this like light feather and then heavy feather, but then the snowball paint was like, you're fucking gone." You drop the paints and walk out.
You get a text at that same time that's like, I'm thinking you might want to do more blue.
I think you did that on.
They have like Pinterest boards of just blue things.
Yeah. Right.
So I think you have this on like the business channel, so you're not paying attention because Malachi just forwards in his paycheck plus a bonus and it says inconvenience fee.
Like thinking they have a higher paycheck than I do now, but I don't know. I'm like, I'm fine.
Yeah, they still have Google Meets or Slack in space, but it's like there's like the manager chat, which is just them actually doing like the business and like payroll and things like that, and then there's just like the team one.
Renos, you're doing what every multi-billionaire does. You don't collect a paycheck. That's how you get out of taxes. He's already set that up.
I get paid. I just think I now have endless money because I'm like, Malachi does something and I can pay for things.
It was like basically, if you ever take a look at your books, you own like 6 villas in like 7 different planets, and they're all business assets that your business goes to do stayaways so they don't have to be taxed.
So fucked if someone looks at my tax.
Oh yeah, no. If you go over into Alliance space, that's like going in. The IRS is coming for your ass. Right now, you're in Romania. Right now.
Like, oh no! Don't leave it. No pizza boxes. No pizza boxes anywhere.
That's the only reason. That was the first thing that came to mind. And they're like, I'm sorry to put you in that, but like that was the first thing that came to mind.
We'll just establish now that Renos is not involved in any human trafficking cases. Not one.
Not one.
We're going to establish that now.
Yeah.
Vorcha trafficking is not currently something that anybody worries about.
That is not on the books yet. That is not a law. It can't be broken if it's not a law.
And besides,
it's well on its way.
They're being paid to be research subjects, so it's okay.
Very much okay.
And tax free.
Lauren would be like, I'll have to ask Dale, but we should like all hang out sometime.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've had like a team Obsidian like thing. We've got like 12 more Vorcha now.
Maybe it's just like you and Zen and Dale and I maybe, and like our own thing.
That gets weird because then it's like, is it a business expense? Like Malachi sent me a long bullet list of things to pay attention to. So
we don't have to go out. We don't have to spend money. We can all work out together, maybe.
As I'm like trembling, holding this little like medicine ball, sweating. I don't think that's Zin's idea of fun, you know. Mm-hmm. But you and Del are like hanging out.
Yeah, Dell's really liking her part-time job.
Oh yeah, she can make eggs now, right?
Mm-hmm. She's really good at it. It's my favorite. I think it's my favorite food now.
Nice.
I can make more than eggs. I'm just saying. That's just what I'm hyper focused on right now.
When after this conversation, like bring that to Joe, be like, I talked about the eggs and how proud I am about the eggs. And you're like, I make more than eggs.
I feel like that's kind of like a thing when you have somebody that's like, hey, look, I can make more than just cereal now.
Yeah, you get a text from Renos, congrats on the eggs. Like, just like super about it.
So I'm because there's been so many laws, so like I don't want to step, but like I think all right. So Valorn, you finally get released from CFO. Because you were going to come in like in mid conversation, and CFO's been there the entire time. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
This is the melodrama time.
Mhm.
I haven't missed that. That's very much counterproductive to medical treatment, but I understand.
Yeah. It's been going well. You might need to get Renos on a workout schedule. I've never seen anybody struggle with a 20-pound medicine ball, but
It was the repetition, okay? I was fine the first like 5 throws.
she picks it up and tosses it to Lauren one-handed. It's like, it's 20 pounds. You wear your.
To be fair, a 20-pound medicine ball, you cannot just chuck like that pretty
No,
easily.
like-
To be fair,
My fault.
You can't.
That is me going back to when I played ball, and that was what we chucked around for fun.
Jesus, Casey.
Monsters.
Man, I wish I could do that.
Oh, I can't do that now. I'm fat and slow and old.
I dislocate my shoulder. I'd be like a cartoon character. You throw the 20-pound medicine ball, like my arm goes first, and then my body follows after.
I was like, I can't do that no more. I
If
need
it was
to
a 5, maybe a
it.
20 would not be easy.
But yeah, so
yeah, I think the difference is like the can't do that no more and could never have done that even before I was old.
fair enough.
Could not do that at any age.
So yeah, we'll close the scene there with, I think Sifo was like, you continue on, looks at you, and you're like, you're looking really good, Lauren. I'm glad to see that you're on the mends. And she kind of motions for you, Renos, to come with her and walk the hallways if you choose to.
Yeah, sure. It's a long way out.
So, as you guys are heading down there, there's some idle chit chat. I want to go back and Lauren, with everything. What has been your mental state? Because we haven't really dove into like what's been going on with you. And I kind of wanted to save you and Zen last because I think you two have an interesting story that's going on. But I want to see where you're at, and then after you two will go on break.
Okay. Yeah, I think for like the first like month and a half, she was like in hospital bed and like just like, you know, just staying, like really can't do much, and only kind of towards the middle or end could she start, you know, doing physical therapy. I think when she was in the bed, she was like huge, like early stages of grief or death. So like a lot of anger, like a lot of bargaining of like, hey, I did this today. I was really good. Can I get up? Right. Stuff like that. And then I think I think she's kind of past a lot. I think she's in like the depression just before acceptance. I think there's kind of still a lot of anger going on by like not being at the same physical, and just the whole thing of like how she views it as she failed to do her job as a protector by dying. And then she also thought about what that would mean for Dell and all that stuff. And so I think she's still taking it really hard, but I think showing like a little bit of progress. But she also like, she has these new scars, some of it's even on her face, I think. And just kind of like, she may have trouble looking in the mirror sometimes just because of, you know, it's just hard because it's such a big change for her who was so active before. And yeah.
I think during one of those, not like it, like I think Canis would show up every once in a while and wait for you to start like he recognizes what's going on and he feels extremely guilty of what happened to you. So he's kind of like not been engaging, but as soon as you start losing like the anger, because he's been at this for a while, he's had soldiers under his command. I think he wants to have a sit down with you or sits down next to you while you're still kind of like bed. And he's like, and he kind of pulls up a chair and he's like, how you doing, kid?
I'm all right, sir.
Oh. Hey, you know, I'm not big on these like things, but I just want you to know that as your acting commander, I'm sorry for putting you in so many bad situations.
I'm sorry for failing as my role,
No,
Commander.
you have never failed in your role, ever. Not once under my command or anybody's command. I want you to get that out of your mind. You have done your job the best at your ability and never once have failed me or anyone in this group. I got a new order for you when you get better. Live. I want you to live.
I don't know how to do that, sir.
Well, I think you do. I think you are starting to see how important you are to this group of people. That to certain people, you're their world. And to me, you're very important.
No, just like just a step down. Not that I'm like not the world to you, but no. Okay, that was Gavin. That was that wasn't more.
You're an important member of this team. You're one of the pieces that makes this team work. But when I say live, I don't mean, well, I do mean physically live, but I mean more than combat. You're not a machine. You're a human. You're a being. That's what I want you to do. He see, because your armor is still kind of there, because Sydney's been working on it, and he points at. He's like, if you want the scratched out part of the armor, he points that you can still see the Cerberus emblem. He points at that, and he's like, you're not that anymore. You're not a machine of war. You are Lauren. And he takes like a small little brazier off of the shelf and just kind of etches it a little bit. And he puts an L there. He's like, that's who you are. You're not a Cerberus machine anymore. Can you do that for me? Can you live?
I'll try, sir.
Don't serve me. I've been in the military for ages. Camus is fine.
All right. Camus.
He laughs.
It just says it in such like a weird, forced way.
Don't hurt yourself. Now Valen would kick my ass 7 different ways a Sunday, I think the humans say.
I may need help from time to time from you. And Beanbag.
Beanbag. Yes.
Who's a teen, I'm sure now.
He kind of just does this like exhausted dad back motion. He's like, yes, Beanbag. He's been bugging me on how to teach him how to fight. I'm not trying to teach him how to fight.
Oh my God, he's been taking judo classes with me.
Camus doesn't know that.
It's cool. Reno's just sneaking him out to go learn how to fight.
Beanbag is never going on a mission with us, ever.
Oh no, never. But I am playing like hiya
Self-defense.
with him,
Self-defense is great. Need the
Beanbag.
skills, but Beanbag never gets to go with us.
I think Beanbag and Lauren bond over like watching MMA fights and like analyzing and like slowing down. Like I think that's like, so one day I'm sure Dell saw this of like just a bunch of like not actual videotapes, but whatever equivalent of like watch stuff on large hologram TV would be.
Hell, man,
it's just all fights of different races and species and all that stuff.
That was one of the things that survived the American collapse was the
UFC.
UFC. So
UFC 3011.
It's the universal fighting or whatever it is instead of United. It's
UFC 3K.
Yeah,
3K,
UFC
yeah.
3K.
So yeah, that's what's going on there. And he's like, yeah, beanbag, yeah. And my office is always open. I'll have a. Do you drink? I've never seen you drink.
I drink, yeah.
Okay, I'll have some brandy on standby if you just need to talk.
Thinking
About
protein
anything.
shakes and water, by the way. But yeah, she says, yeah, I drink.
Right. She and he's like, when he says brandy, you're like, oh. He's like, oh, and he looks at you and he's like, or protein shake.
Brandy protein shake? No.
No. And he also
Brandy's
like,
fine.
also, I'm gonna ask Valorm to tweak your horchata a little bit.
Okay.
To maybe not make you go into rage mode. Maybe.
I'll
Like it's
try to
one
get
of its
off. I can't
primary
do
selling
it right
features.
now.
I know.
Can't drink it now, but I'll try to work off it as well.
You're gonna let me, Ethan, behind the wheel of making drugs in the cyberpunk system? Dangerous, sir. Dangerous.
You're the only one I can think that could do
He's
it
practiced.
well.
He's
I'm
practiced.
practiced. I cut my teeth in 2020, bud.
Yeah, so
They really overlooked that it was super easy to make the most deadly shit imaginable because those were considered minuses. I'm like, minuses from a certain perspective.
Right, yeah. Boosts.
Or this thing will kill anybody it touches immediately. That sounds like a win. I don't know.
Yep.
Look, right now I got a character in our private game that I'm rapidly gonna have to have Mr. Doctor, whatever, the good doctor, pay him a visit.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. So yeah, so he gets up and he just is like, just take it easy, kid. All right.
See, like a fist she clenched was kind of that whole time, just sort of not out of anger, but just out of kind of like stress, just kind of slowly release a little bit when you walked out.
Yeah. So, if you have anything else you want to,
I think Lauren's thing of like, yeah, I think you should get out was not necessarily because Lauren was getting tired of her, but seeing that like Dell doing the same thing every day was not great for her either, especially since it was like at my bedside. So it's not out of like frustration, but she was really happy when she did that. And towards the end of rehab, where I'm still not as high strength as I was before, her body is like a little leaner now, but she's practicing a lot more yoga and like fluid motions and things like that.
Okay. Give me a athletics. Let's see how well it is.
Okay. That's the team. Hold on 1 second, my bad. Alrighty. Oh, hold on. I need to take this down. Oh wait, no, that's right. I didn't do that. My bad.
Lay down. You're not getting up. Don't.
All right, sorry. Oh, there's no -6 there. So 22.
22. Yeah. So I think your rehab has gone very, very well, and you're getting that deep stretch that everybody is looking for.
Yeah.
And when they do yoga, so like, if Dell walks in, she's looking really good right now, like very healthy.
I feel like she's really focusing on like joint strength and things like that. So she's doing like a lot of flexibility and mobility. So she may even be doing like a pseudo handstand or like a chair dip. Yeah. I could keep talking about the workout.
Yeah, it's like no, it's fine. Where's your mother?
3 sets of 10 on the hip thrust.
I think. I also think that a big focus for Lauren would be like listening more when Dale was like talking about stuff. I think it was more of like focusing on like I need to retain information for use, but now it's like I think she's trying to empath up, right? You know, I think she's more using human perception rather than like awareness in like mechanical terms.
Is Dell catching you in the middle of a workout?
Sure.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
What were you doing? One more time. What were you doing? Were you doing handstand?
No, I was basically doing like a chairlift. So it's like where you push up and then you kind of like swing yourself and then you can pull your legs back and kind of do like a dolphin dip.
Where are you where's the door in relation to where you're?
You walk into her ass.
I mean, honestly, I didn't mean this, but thinking about the way I know how certain rooms are set up, there's always like the glass wall, right, with the dumbbells under it, and then there's like the plastic mat and rubber mat on the bottom, and then like the machines. She's facing in between the machines and the plastic rack, so you are seeing her like back.
Can is it like mirrors? Can like you see behind you?
No, so there are mirrors, but I'm looking in the direction that's not looking at a mirror.
Okay. So Dell's probably I figure also with this part-time job, they probably tried to get Dell to be like a delivery runner and she said no, but she will make food and delivery run to her friends and her team. So she won't do it for like anybody else, but so probably like at like Renos's apartment and stuff, we'll like run and give them like food randomly and stuff, and then like back at the ship and stuff, and of course bring stuff to Lauren. So she's probably got like it's probably like after shift and like has stuff. We'll probably like walk in, wait, watch, and be, hey.
Yeah, just kind of in mid motion of like a yoga pose and being like, hey, what's up?
Just like lift up like a bag, like you almost done?
Yeah, and you see Lauren try to do something that's a little aggressive. It's going to be basically like a rolling handstand backwards. But as she goes towards it, it's like a little twingy, so she just kind of gets up normally and walks over.
Probably best. I know you can do it, but like it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you.
Got spicy ramen is in here. You have the broth and the noodle separate, so that doesn't get all soggy and whatever.
Is this the dippy kind or the other kind?
No, this is just like straight. You just like dump it in and stuff like that. But then also got the egg, and
nice.
I actually, Casey, what was the name? Ada. Ada actually said that there was one that I made today that she could give to a customer.
That's awesome.
It's not this one. It's not. Oh. This was the bad one. I mean, it's not bad. It's delicious.
It's good. Yeah, this one's so good.
It just looks a little, but yeah. So
I see. I told you, you're my favorite cook.
You haven't tried Ada. I mean, I guess you have tried Ada's. Ada made the ramen. But yeah, you should come. You haven't been yet.
Yeah, I can come. I can come. Well, I guess I shouldn't come right now since I have food here. But
true.
When are you working tonight? Or are you done?
I'm done for today. But I don't know. I mean, maybe I don't think Renos has stopped by like a few times. I think Frex has stopped by a time or two, in between meetings and stuff like that. But it would be nice to get like the crew together. And I mean, I'd like, I would like you to see where I spend time when I'm not here.
I'm sorry I haven't come.
No, what? No, what? No.
We can go. We should go to next time you're scheduled. We can bring everyone or something.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't ever do anything. So I'm here.
I mean, you're doing plenty. You're doing enough. I promise.
I was going to say, Lauren says you're enough, but I don't know if that even makes sense in this situation. But she's thinking it. She's thinking it.
It was like it would be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So we can meet tomorrow. And like, you've seen that her body language is different from before. Like she was a lot more like, even when she's talking with you, still like more rigid. But like now she like comes into you at an angle, and her like shoulders are a little hunched over to like get a little closer to you, and it's just more like spacing is different. Spacing is like more intimate spacing than even when it was before.
Cool. It's a party.
Are you going to be cooking for everyone, or are you going to be
I
joining me?
can. I don't know. There's still a few things on the menu that I'm not very good at, so I don't know if you want me to, but I don't know. I mean, what? Tomorrow's like Tuesday. There's not many people that come in on Tuesdays. We don't really have any specials or anything, so I don't know. There probably won't be too many people. It'll be pretty chill. We all can come like closer to the end.
Okay.
But
I'll make sure everyone goes.
sweet. And send out one of
In a
those.
non-threatening way, I'll make sure everyone goes.
Everybody better be there. My aggressive text message. But yeah, cool. Have you been able to make it off the ship yet?
No, I haven't really.
Oh, so I
If this is like,
Oh.
I was like, if this is towards the end, you do have permission, but it's
Yeah,
been,
she
like,
hasn't left, but yeah.
it's like
It's good to get fresh air, you know?
We can go tomorrow.
Cool. Great. Nice. Awesome.
Oh, I mentioned the eggs to. Oh no, this would be weeks later. Never mind.
You can still say it. You can.
Oh yeah, I mentioned. Oh no, because we talk a lot more now.
Mm.
I mentioned again about eggs and how you were bringing me something, and you brought me eggs. So I'm gonna just zip a text over there, and then Rinos gets a text. Got the eggs again. It's just like a really bad. It's like a same quality of photo of DoorDash of like they're walking away from your door, and it's like fuzzy. It's like that same energy. But like, see, I got lunch again today. Here are the eggs, and it's like drawn in red marker around it.
I've never met anybody that likes eggs as much as you. I mean, they're really cool eggs. I didn't even know you could make them like this before I started working at this place. So it's crazy.
I send over like the heart eyes emoji back on the eggs like a ton, and then I send you a new photo of my living room that is now like full boho chic and like orange walls and like everything. It's really giving like James Buffet vibes, if we're going to be honest. So this might be the winner.
In the photo, you see Zen like covered in paint, like still working on one of the walls,
and like in a mirror, the reflection of me in perfectly paintless clothes, sitting down with the margarita.
Yeah.
So, as we're gonna go on a quick break, because then I got something for you, my friend. We're going to kick off how this usually goes. So we're going to go ahead, head to break real quick. Do about, I'm going to need 15 to be honest with you, because my dogs are going crazy. They want out of their cages.
Same.
That's why I've been leaving a whole bunch. So I just need about 15 to take my dogs out. Especially
we'll be back at 11:30.
Oh, puppies.
The pups.
So, yeah. We'll be back, and then we get to have some fun.
Oh boy, we're back, y'all. Alrighty, here we are.
Let's go.
All right. So we now know, ladies and gentlemen, what the crew has been up to over this kind of time. Sorry for no combat today, guys. I was like, I'm not gonna do combat, and I'm gonna stick to that. But there has been a wrinkle. So, Zen, we're gonna say during this time, let's say this is like towards the end of the month, end of the 3 months, right? You've been working with, what has Zen, other than working at Renos's thing, been doing
And
now?
you don't have to. I'm not making them.
I think, you know what, that is one thing. Let's back up because I'm curious about this. So you do, Sifo and Camus kind of pull you to the side, and it's like, hey, how you doing, Zen? How you fitting in? How you doing? Like doing it like a little, like they do the whole, like, you've been in enough meetings to know, like, this is not just a normal meeting. This is
Yeah, so like, how you doing? He's gonna awkwardly look like, good. Doing good.
Come on with us. Come on. We're gonna go to the captain's suite. Come on, have a drink with us.
Oh, I mean, if drinks are involved, I'm in. Okay.
Yeah. So you get drug into the captain's suite where you see both of their stuff and everything going on. You see plenty of alcohol bottles. Like they have a little collection on a shelf of like Turian and Corey inspect alcohol, and they're just like, "What's your poison?" Like Sifo was like, "What's your poison?" And he just kind of points at like anything that you want. Brandy,
I'll pick out
whiskey.
whatever looks like a good, like high quality rum, like whatever you would know to pick out.
So like they pull a couple, and it's like, so how you fitting in with the crew? You seem like, how you fitting in? You've been here for a couple months now.
Yeah, Malachi's my dude. I've learned a lot from him. Gone back and forth, sharing some trade secrets, and it's sometimes I want to wring his neck, but it's with every relationship, right? Sometimes people get under your skin, but yeah, I mean, by and large, everybody's been super great and making me feel like I'm at home.
Yeah.
Shot.
Yeah, I'm glad you said relationship. That came from Sifo. No, from Canvas. And Sifo just kind of gives him that glance, like, don't do it. So we've been noticing, and when I mean by we, Sifo speaks up, and she's like, when he means by we, he has been noticing that you've been going with Renos a whole bunch.
Shot.
So, I mean, like, what's going on with that?
Renos is probably the single most frustrating entity, human being, species that I've ever met in my entire life. But she saved my ass a few times. She helped me secure a deal to provide resources to the flotilla. A few days ago, or many moons ago. And so, usually like good things, a lot of shitty, terrible, horrible, worst possible things happen near Renos. But also, there are a bunch of nuggets of gold that I don't seem to have fallen to my lap when I'm
Flashback to like us getting kicked out of a bar and chased by some like Batarian gang a few weeks ago.
Yep.
But then like fighting $20 on the sidewalk once we get free.
Right.
It's like
as soon as you get kicked out, like they kick my ass, I skid on the sidewalk, but then my hand lands and it's like on a 50. Right? Like
oh no, he kind of gets and he's like, yeah, I see a lot of action reports with you two. Bars, restaurants, connections.
Well, she's taken it upon herself as well. Obviously, working within security, my perspective was a little skewed towards the. I think the phrase is straight blade straight edge blade, straight edge
Straight edge.
lifestyle.
Yeah, straight edge.
So, there wasn't much fun. And Renos has done a very good job of like showing me how, doing things a little bit in a less orthodox way doesn't mean I have to be a bad person or compromise. Well, she doesn't really have any ethics or morals, but compromise my ethics or morals. But I can still do good. Like, again, the flotilla is very important to me, and I've been able to get them valuable resources, valuable research. I have a passion for the Geth, and part of our exploits got me this, and I pull out the rifle and activate the fucking Geth pulse rifle. So I've been able to explore and really understand this. And that's the main reason why I deal with her. I choose to work with Renos.
You hear a little chuckle from
Shot.
Yeah. He's like, slow down there, buddy. It's not like we're interrogating you or anything.
Sure. It's not like you're interrogating me.
We just think of this as he's like, he takes a drink of himself as he's like, think of this as like a new employee review board. You've done this before, probably once or twice, working with people, new superior officers, the whole thing. We want to make sure that you are fitting in just fine here, and that nobody's really giving you a hard time, and that you're not trying.
Oh, okay. So if nobody giving me a hard time is the metric, I got some details I'd like to share. Into
yeah, he's like
smash cut to like you see him like chant like yeah. And then there was like the one time that we went with the yellow paint instead of the blue paint, and like I got all the way there and had half the wall painted blue, and there was like, no, let's try red, and it was blue and white, and then like a bunch of snapshots of like different, very frustrating, sporadic, and chaotic, but very Renos like events, changes of mind and shit.
And you put up with it. Like, he goes through this and he's like kind of impressed, but also he's like,
so
interesting.
During the training for the security forces, there's something called suit camp, and it's essentially when you first enlist or you're first conscripted, you have to do all of the awful things. It's this crazy difficult training things. I think foot camp is what it was called. The Allied military. Yeah. So suit camp is the same thing. It's just very complex. I feel like Renos is putting me through a ship camp or a crew camp, if you will, of
fascinating.
I felt like she was assigned my mentor. So shot.
Where she was originally your mentor / employee, which I hope you've been getting paid. He kind of keeps scrolling through everything.
She's tried some shady thing, or hasn't really recognized the fact that I'm getting paid. But like I said, Malachi's my dude.
Yeah,
he's been like, he notices some of this shit, and he's like, hey, by the way, like, this is worse than you should be dealing with. Here's like a 15% bonus to compensate, like, taking care of me. Your crew's good.
I have noticed that she has changed a bunch since you've gotten into her life as well. She's more forthright, more decision-oriented, though sporadic from what you're telling me. She seems more mellow, drinking less.
Oh, that's interesting, because I'm clearly shot drinking more.
Yeah, you guys will balance each other out. Interesting. Nothing else has been going on or anything like that? No dates, no anything like that. Shooting range by yourselves, Just kind of looking through there.
Nothing that we need to discuss in an employee review or an employee orientation meeting.
Well, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Look. I like you, kid. I like you a lot. I like you. I like you a lot. I like you a lot. All right, you're a good kid. You're a good kid. You know that. I like you.
Are you trying to convince yourself as you're repeating quite a bit here?
Don't mind. You see, as you see Sifo come in and pushes him in his swirly chair. I was like, I think what my overprotective husband is saying is like, you are a very good teammate and a very good person for Renos, and we like the trajectory that we find you on with her. Continue the good work, and though she can be manic at some points, she is a good person, and try to understand she's been through a lot.
Yeah, we've had a couple conversations that have helped me understand her a little bit more, especially after our last mission. So it's it's definitely been a beneficial. I mean, like I said, I feel like I've grown as well. So, knock on wood, I'll try not to fuck up.
When you say, especially after the last mission, Canvas goes to say something, and Sifo just puts her finger on his mandibles and is like, shush. And he's like, just watch your back, will you? That's what Canvas says to you. Dismiss.
Consider it done.
Take the bottle with you. She could be a pain sometimes. He points like half those empty bottles comes from just one mission with her. Trust me.
Does that mean I can come down post every mission and just like medicate as needed? Like,
if you need that much alcohol, you need to take. Oh, speaking of medication, how are you doing? I heard that you're not cleared to take off your suit. Have you done that yet?
I have. I'm still anxious of doing so in large settings or with other folks, but in the confines of my room, I've been able to enjoy the benefits of the research that was found on the homeworld. So it's been thank you, by the way, for securing so much for me and the rest of my people who are aboard your ship. It means a lot for us to be able to have that potential freedom, even if it's anxiety inducing, right? Because it's still fairly new. Just the thought of it being a possibility is quite nice.
I mean, Canvas is like, I'll find a lot of benefits in the medicine. Trust me, son. So yeah, we're going to keep it stocked for a minute. But yeah, we just wanted to make sure that you were fitting in and that you and Renos were working well together as a team.
So far, I'll let you know if I have any complaints. Do note that I will probably bitch a little bit during frustrating points, but that's not actually a complaint as much as it's a vent,
Sifo, you see Sifo because if you notice, I haven't explained, like you're seeing way more skin in her face, and she doesn't have her helmet on. So you've been talking to her with, like, basically just in her armor chest pieces, and it's like she's like, "Oh, absolutely, come in, talk to us. We're here to help. We're here to help you understand." Sometimes Candace is like, "Yeah, we're just gonna make sure you don't get killed by her," and he says that in the wry dad kind of tone, like, "Yeah, right. Yeah, she is a handful. She is a handful, but she's a good person."
So Zen will turn to Sifo and say, "Do you mind if I ask you some slightly more personal questions?"
All right. He gets up and he's like, I get it. And he's like, I gotta go talk to Rebecca anyway. I think there was something about a mission or something that she might have for you guys later on. So I'll catch up with y'all later. And Sifo kind of turns. He gets up and walks out, and Sifo's like, all ears.
I haven't discussed this with you before, but I know you've had quite the contentious relationship with the Admiral. I didn't always see eye to eye with her, many things. I was curious to get your take on the Geth and the just your perception of the Mora as a vessel, and you know how you've
She takes a
moved
deep
past
breath. All right, she takes a deep breath and opens up the drawer. She's like, "You mind if I smoke? I'm gonna smoke."
it.
And she lights up a whatever the Turian-based cigar or cigarette base is, and she's like, "Your captain's a bitch. I'm just gonna let you just. I don't like her. As for the Geth people, I think it was a tragedy what happened to them. I understand the moves that Shepard had to make to secure, like from what I know, from what we understand, what was told to us, I understand that it was a sacrifice that needed to be made. But if there was a way to make it right, I would not mind to have those people back as people in any capacity. I think the stuff that your admiral was trying to do is deplorable, and the fact that she sent me and my original engineering crew on a suicide mission back during the war made it even more pressing for me to get out, and why I asked to be reassigned to the Relentless as you know it at the time, but to Candace's captain's ship, or to Candace's ship. I mean, worked with Candace and his crew before, so yeah. As soon as I found a way out, and we took it, Admiral wasn't happy about it, and she fought tooth and nail. But it's hard to keep track of one engineering team that disappears off the map, doesn't come back. But yeah, no, your captain, your admiral, and I have had many of arguments, and yeah, let's just say the last time I saw her, I said if I ever saw her again, I don't care how many people she had in front of her, I'm going to rip off her environmental suit and space her.
So it sounds like it's a good thing she can't get access to our vaccines then, huh?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. It's like this was to give you clarification. The whole world has access to it. So like she's and so Seafeld's like, well, it's good that she doesn't know I'm here. Let's just say that.
It seems we're quite aligned in goal. In fact, your train of thinking is more akin to mine, in that I feel like the Geth were a glorious people and a absolutely incredible creation of ours. And the loss of that life, which was sentient, is tragic. So, despite the fact that I did some despicable things in service of my admiral, as was required of me, I always sort of left I did something on the side to sort of make up for or recover or underhand the efforts as well. So the actions weren't quite as successful as they could have otherwise have been. But being in the special projects arm is we're very focused on researching technology for the good of the migrant fleet. My hope was to replace the admiral and shift the resources of the entire fleet and of the Moray towards hopefully the restoration of the Geth as a people. Kind of the opposite direction.
So you remember that she kind of listens to you, and there's a pause as she looks over at a data pad. Do you want to know what was in that box that we recovered that we almost lost Lauren on?
Please.
So she slides you over the data pad, And when you look at it, you can see that that box had it had Geth weaponry, but deep in the bowels were uncorrupted programs, as you could tell, as Geth programs. That's what Arya was doing. What if I say this? There might be an opportunity for you to help right the wrongs.
Please, I would jump at the opportunity to, not just for the wrongs that I, even though I sort of sabotaged them, I still had a hand in their success. Not just for my wrongs, but for the wrongs of my entire ship and the fleet as a whole.
So, I've been thinking. Actually, you know what? I'm going to need somebody else for this. It's kind of what me and Candace has been working on the side. Do you have Renos's number? Of course you do.
Yeah, I can ping Renos.
Ping her and tell her to come to my office, please.
Come to what? I didn't hear what you said.
Come to the office.
Oh, cool. Boop, 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 boop. Hey,
that sounds like Kim Possible's phone.
Because that's exactly what it was. Hey, Renos, it's Zen.
I have caller ID. What?
Be nice.
See, yeah. Office. There's a conversation. You've been requested by.
Fuck, am I in
CIFO.
trouble? What did I do? What did I do? I've not been on the ship in a week.
You're fine. I did bitch about the different paint changes, but you know that's different. Outside, like.
How am I supposed to know there's so many shades of blue? Like, I thought there was a lot of shades of white. Holy cow, the blue options.
Yeah, but like recognizing that you want blue while I'm painting white is part of like, and then going orange, like all like.
I think I'm gonna stick with the
like,
orange.
Is the whole
okay. She's like, hey, she gets into the communication. Office, please. You can guys have your lover spat later.
Hangs up.
We're sticking with orange.
So Renos did right.
I don't rush, but I'm not like taking forever. But it's very clear I could have been there like 5 minutes faster if I wanted to be.
I think when you come in, you see in that like span of time, like one, you've never seen CIFO smoke. I don't think any of y'all have. And two, you just see like several buds put out in an ashtray. She's like, you took
stressed?
too long. A little bit.
There's this band called the Chainsmokers. We've been really like digging lately. They were just vibing.
Yeah. So it's like she's like, sit down, because this has to do with your employee. She says it in a employee kind of way.
So you're the one in trouble.
What can I say?
No.
You're a bad influence.
Oh no, he was under a Camus wanted to have an employee review and seeing how he was fitting in.
Is that something I'm supposed to do?
I'll tell
Don't
you
worry,
about
like
it later.
everything, it's been taken care of without you needing to lift a finger.
Oh yeah.
You know, you two remind me when me and Camus got together. It's hilarious.
Record
Anyway.
scratch noise.
Anyway, so we've been talking about, and she hands you the data pad. That was what was in the box. And what you see in the data pad is weapons, of course, but more importantly, even you would recognize a container full of Geth programming. That's uncorrupted Geth AI.
That's not supposed to exist anymore, yeah? Right?
You
Is
are
that the
correct.
severity? Am I here? Okay. I wanted to make sure
Yes.
my reactions were going to be correct here.
Well, there's obviously somebody bigger at play who knows more. I don't want to get us fully involved, but Zen here still has connections to the flotilla and still has connections to Admiral Zhao in some capacity.
Is that your bit checks, boss?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but I don't want to make any moves without you knowing, because he is your employee.
You keep saying that really weird. Like I still have Malachi sign my name on the checks.
I don't know many bosses who spend as much time with their employees as you do with him.
I can't get away from him.
Yes, you could.
Well, when you tell me to come with you, like that's kind of like, hey, go do this, and you happen to go to the same place that I'm doing the this in. I mean,
Semantics.
Zen, there's going to be somebody who's going to contact you after I get done with this conversation. They're going to want you to run deep cover and go back to your ship, because we need a certain activation program that your admiral has. And if you're willing to take on this, I will make a phone call.
so
But you have to be okay with it. But more importantly, looks at Renos, you have to be okay with it.
With
Him going
that's
to the
fine.
deep. Let me explain. If he gets caught, he's going to get court-martialed and probably shot.
I will be killed.
Oh. Look, I mean, I don't want to be rude about this, but I just got over nearly having one of my team members die, and this is really not a cool thing for you to bring up to me at this one point in time, because you know my answer is going to be fucking no, don't let someone that is under me get shot.
This could save or bring back an entire species of people. I have to go.
Is that like the only option? Is like you show up and they're like, okay, we're gonna shoot you in the face now, or is there a way we could like work around that?
So here's the thing. He's been, with your help, showing that he's still loyal to the fleet. So there will be very little questioning with why he'll be back. The danger part is him sending and reporting back to the person I'm going to put in contact with.
It's almost like, my understanding, Casey, is that it's almost like the entire story arc of Tally's dad, except amped up to like infinity.
Yeah, you're kind of getting picking up one foot down.
Yeah.
Look, in Sifo leans, and this is the most serious as she puts out her 10th cigarette. She's like, look, our people were wrong. And I see a path to correct that. Unfortunately, I can't show up. I will get shot.
Yeah. Well, it seems like everyone is.
Well, no, not everyone. Just I burn. The last time I saw Admiral Zoe, and she kind of says the same thing, it's like I threatened to de-suit her and space her myself. So me showing back.
Casey, point of clarification, in the world that we're in currently, did the Geth and Quarian make nice and then Shepard hit the thing? Okay.
Yeah. So there wasn't like a mass extinction of the Quarians or Geth. So this is me kind of pulling Andromeda stuff in with arcs. The Geth had the same idea and kind of did like the whole mass calculation and realized like, this is a possibility with the Crucible that they'll lose their sentience in their life. They don't want that, so they sent something that was out of the blast range of that. And what has happened is that after a certain amount of time, that ship was coming back. Well, your dreadnought intercepted that ship and took the contents that were in there, and then got raided by, just got into the middle of a pirate raid. So not even like they knew what they had, but Arya knew what they had, and she wanted it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So yeah, I mean, going back into the purpose of the conversation, right? So I'll say, Zen will contemplate for a second, say like, look, I thought we were in a good spot in that we finally repaired the relationships that we had with the Geth. We made peace. And just as our people were whole again, half of us were ripped out of existence. This gives me the opportunity to bring my people, make my people whole again, even though my admiral will not be happy. I am willing to take the risk and to shove it to the admiral for the sake of the flotilla as a whole, because I think her actions and her behavior are ultimately detrimental and don't serve the flotilla's best interest. So I don't view it as an act of treason. I view it as an act of repair, essentially. So I'm willing to take that risk and sign up for the mission.
What do the rest of us do?
If things go sideways, you're the extract crew, and I'll bring the rest of y'all into this. But seeing how you have the closest relationship with him, I figured it'd be fair for me to talk to you privately before.
I would like to maybe look at some options to maybe lessen the if shit gets bad chances beforehand, and then also have a plan to extract.
Would you like to be here for the conversation with the person I'm gonna put him in contact with?
Seems heavy. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I just listen?
Before you even get another word in, she hits a button on the communication node, and a sorry pops up. Miss Sifo. Hello. And these two are? And she's like, Miss Liara.
Fucking knew it. Fucking knew it.
These are two of my best soldiers. Zen, you're already quite familiar with. And this is his commanding officer. They would like to speak with you about sending Zen in. Yes. What needs to be discussed? Looking at you, Taylor.
This is the epitome of Hadasari that I can't have. Like, this is the top of my MILF list that I'm not gonna get ever. And so I'm just like, let's be honest, Arya was probably there until I had to work with her, and then it kind of scared me down a few. Still in the list though.
Is this Shadow Broker, Liara? Like,
she's going off as she's just an information broker, but she is absolutely in full-on Shadow Broker mode. But she's like, what's the best disguise other than hiding in plain sight as Liara Shepherd?
Yeah. I am not going to pretend like I fully understand what's happening, which is half the problem. Is there some sort of way that whatever we're doing, we can like lessen collateral damage? I just had to watch one of my team members get patched up from dead.
We're very aware of yours. I'm very aware of your guys' current predicament. Absolutely. I understand your. She kind of searches for the words, your apprehension towards this thing. So to ease your mind, Zen won't be alone. He will be a mole within a squad that I will be sitting in there as part of a security team that I've already had the clearance for that he will be working with. As part of the returning science team, he has a large cache of Geth technology that I have procured over my years of research that I will be willing to give to him to help solidify his cover. My squad will be there to help extract if things go wrong. And I have special credentials already made, so if he has to disappear, he can disappear. But if he sticks to the plan and does what needs to be done, there should be no problem at all.
He does like following rules.
Which makes him perfect for this.
You hear that? Perfect.
But this is also a special project for my partner who has extreme guilt for what she had to do.
That's right.
You bullied me into it. You're lucky you
I was
did.
with you up until you chose the wrong answer there, Casey.
What do you want me to do?
Answer.
We've had this discussion for weeks on end by hours times, Gavin. I'm not rehashing it on stream.
I just look at Zen.
Yeah, I'll say like, yeah, I know she made the decisions that she had to make to defeat the threat, and I am wholeheartedly behind her effort to correct the unfortunate wrong. So if there's anything I can do this mission or any others to aid in that effort, consider me on board.
All right. And you, Miss Renos?
Let's go.
Understood. My crew will be there in 3 hours. They'll be ready by tomorrow. Introduce yourself. You shouldn't have any problems. We have all the credentials. Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're doing this for the betterment of the galaxy, I think. We need that access key. And she kind of goes over and shows you what you kind of need. It's basically an access key in a highly secured part of the ship that it's been separated because of the dangers of research that she does. They understand. See, Zhao, to give you the picture, Zhao's going over is kind of trying to play that political game of the reason why she's being altruistic and the whole political spin. Like, this is for the betterment of our people. We can get these people back. Anybody who knows Zhao, she just wants a slave workforce. But because she's using the politically correct terms, there's popularity and the reason why she keeps getting funding by the Admiralty Board to keep doing her research. Though there is, like in every future, the military-industrial complex is funding a massive amount of that as well. So that's what she kind of gives you this feel of like, this is the plan, just act normal and everything should be fine. Okay?
Easy peasy.
Okay.
Smooth, I say with a like.
I was gonna say easily. I was gonna say more easily said than done, but like in this instance, he's very confident because it's his. He just has to be himself, essentially, right? Like this is his role, his job was that he's trying to deal with this kind of information in all kinds of circumstances. So.
This isn't. So like a more serious tone comes over Liara. She's like, if the opportunity presents itself to remove Zhao from her office, there might be a bonus in it for you as well. You don't have to necessarily kill her, but that kind of she is a political chess piece that is problematic for the galaxy as a whole with her ideals, if you so choose to. If not, it'll be dealt with on another basis. She's looking at you, Zen.
If the opportunity presents itself in a way that, to be blunt, my goal is to replace her. So if I'm going to remove her, it's going to be in a way that would not exclude me from consideration as a replacement.
Interesting. You have grand plans, my young friend.
I don't trust anybody else to handle this the right way. Call me a control freak, but
Spoken like a true despot.
We can work with that. We can work with that in my organization. You'll be hearing more from me. She looks at Sifo and you, Renos, and she's like, any other? And you get a ping on your Omni tool, Renos. Here's my business contact, if you need any other questions.
I just try to like not swoon as I get Lara's number, and I'm just like, thank you. I definitely will be doing so.
As you hear in the distance a door open, and you hear Shepard walking in the background, and she turns the look and you just see the N7 hoodie start walking in. She's like, have a good day, and cuts out.
I never had a shot, that's fine.
You really thought, like, Sifo turns around.
No, I didn't.
Really,
it's one of those, like, when like you come up with your silly, like, oh man, if anything was possible, and like it's someone wild.
At least
she holds the number one. Thank you. See?
She like on your list, like your celebrity list?
Just right above your mom.
Oh, got him! Let's go!
Fuck, because that's not even a joke.
Double burn, triple burn, quadruple burn.
Let's get some elevator gel on this.
Why did I not see that coming?
Del just comes in immediately, gets fucking like dunked on.
This is why we can't go on break for like however long we went on break, because I completely walked into that and I hate myself for it.
I love it.
Oh, that hurt my soul. So yeah, all right. So she's like, all right, you heard the lady. I'll have Candace meet the team. Zen, you have the night to get your shit in order. And you know what? Before we get back into it, why don't you guys go out and get some drinks and stuff? I don't know. Do what y'all
like for the group, so we can have like a hangout after the team meeting. I did buy a big box of booze and a new margarita machine. I have been itching to break that out.
And we can get people to look at the finished
a housewarming party. Oh my god. I got it. Don't worry. We've been here 3 months.
He's like, you know what? She's like, I was enjoying our break. You know what? Why don't we all go out? I think Dell's working at that restaurant, right?
Yes. Make sure you compliment the eggs. Lauren has said that's like a very important thing for Dell. Big milestone.
Okay.
Let's get the.
And it's also the only thing she makes. We just get bowls of like soft boiled eggs.
It's not the only thing I make. It's just the most complicated.
Credit, it's omu rice. All right, she makes omu rice.
It's just the only thing you make that's good enough to serve to a customer.
No.
Got the nice fried rice with the egg on top.
It's the
she
one.
Does the sauce.
It's the one that I can't fuck up. so that's why I don't get to serve it to the customer very often.
So, you guys are like, I think CFO dismisses y'all, but pulls you back, Zen, and is like, and looks at you, and you get a very serious, tired face. It's like, no unnecessary risks. Because Reno's, I'm gonna say, is like, oh, party time, and is like gallivanting down.
I do, but definitely I get through the door and then I stop at the door, but like out of view.
Gotcha. Okay. He's like, look, she can't handle another loss between her ex, her squad, more importantly, her ex, and Lauren. She don't need to lose another person. You're important to her. She does not stick with people outside of Obsidian. I know she's a pain in the ass. But
Say that again.
But you two have good chemistry. You two do well together. Do not die. I cannot stress to you, do not.
I will try my best.
She lets you go. It was like that serious, like, mom, like, my daughter is important to you. Don't fuck this up type of vibe.
Hey, man, I can only do so much. If I get shot, I get shot. But I'll
Yeah,
try
it's like
to get shot.
Cyberpunk is going to do Cyberpunk, but it's like...
Yeah. So I'll walk out the door.
As soon as he walks through the door, I just like punch him as hard as I can in the arm, which is getting pretty hard now. Like, that's legit damage. Do not pull the punch. I'm like, did you fucking tell people?
I didn't tell people anything.
Everyone keeps giving me these weird looks, and I thought it was just the weird clinic people, but now it's everybody. Camus is like, oh, God. Lauren was like, how are things with Zen? I'm like, what the fuck?
Maybe
Did you tell people?
Paranoid? There
was a lot of tequila involved.
I literally work in a secret organization. My entire being is around not like sharing secrets. If anybody's going to say something when they're drunk, I'm not the one that we should be pointing fingers at.
I'm pretty sure I didn't say anything.
I know I didn't say anything, so a pretty sure versus 100% guarantee kind of puts the entity like. I'm just saying, it wasn't me, dog. Like,
Everyone's acted weird, and I'm still gonna put the fucking blame on you. Remember, what's that other human saying? Two can keep a secret if they kill everybody or whatever.
A human has definitely said that. That's true.
I think that's right. Yeah. Oh, seriously, we're sticking with the orange.
Yeah, no, the orange is great. That definitely works. I'm gonna go set up my margarita machine. So.
Looking at you! Loose Lips over here. Isn't it like loose lips sink ships? Something like that? That's the saying.
Yeah, we're really good with these human sayings today. We should write a book.
Two people can keep a secret if one of them's dead.
Yeah. I mean, I know what it is. Renos doesn't.
Sipo, like, as you guys walk away, because if you stopped it right at the door, it's not like she was like, I think she's like, would you like to share with the class?
Slam the door shut, like pulls it with me, just run down the hall. But yeah, no. And then I think, like, you know, before the split and before like team meeting or whatever, there is like this moment where like running, like stop, and then just like, I'm like, you're still gonna come over tonight, though, right?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. And then a run off.
All right. So we're going to smash cut team meeting. First team meeting of Obsidian. Everyone is present, but also it's a full team meeting, squad and everything. And you see Camus is front and center. He's like, all right, everybody. Obsidian, y'all look well rested. Lauren, You're looking good. I'm glad to see you're up and about. So, we're getting back to work, friends, family. We got a pretty important mission.
They always call it back to work.
Do I have to quit my job for this?
Actually, no, you do not.
Badass.
Getting
But
life
you-
skills here.
I was like, you should probably tell them that you're going to be busy for at least a week, though. So you need about a week off.
Okay.
Okay. Does anyone else have? Yeah, it's like, does anybody else have side jobs? Someone's like, well,
I'm gonna check my calendar. I can try to reschedule one of my matches, but hopefully it doesn't get me knocked out of the tournament. I've been working really hard. My most recent thought.
Might as well be
But
playing
we should be
Magic
good.
the Gathering.
Right.
How do you kick someone from stream? Is that a thing?
You see Candace is like,
I just think it's funny that's where the heart I never would go. Anybody can kick anybody from streams. It's Ethan.
He's like, he kind of looks at you and he's like, you're the one that's going undercover, so you should probably do that like today.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Please, please move this tournament. Pretty, please.
Sifo was like, I know that old Terry and I'll talk to him. Or no, Rebecca comes up in her heavy Jamaican accent. She's like, I know the man. Yeah, I'll help. I'll make sure it gets done. So.
Thank you.
So, seeing how Zen is the center of this, Zen will be working for a special person. We are going to be backup for him. He will be returning to the flotilla as a informant to help right a wrong that was done during the war. This could change a lot of things, and it will give us, I'll be frank with you people, it might give us our exit strategy that we've been looking for if we do this right. But more importantly, it will be bringing back a certain race of people that were wiped out. Owen's like, you gotta be kidding me, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, okay.
Got a problem with it, Owen?
I got no problem. Some of my best teammates were Geth. It's just that how you bring back the dead. That's the question. So
as soon as you hear him say, I had no problem with it, you hear like a pistol like decock. Like his arm back.
He kind of looks and he just smiles. He's like, easy there, Zen. I got no issues.
Said it again. It's okay. Keep it that way.
He just rolls his eyes because he's like, you're gonna need a bigger caliber than that, friend. So he's like, I got no problems with the Geth. I never have. It's just that, they were kind of wiped out. He's like, yeah. And he pings up the manifest that was on that box for all of you who were involved in that. He's like, not a lot of y'all know this, but early in the war, we sent a whole bunch of people to the Andromeda system just in case shit went real sideways, which it almost did. Apparently, the Geth had the same idea. Sent a whole bunch of people, their people out of the reach of the relays. Blind jumped. Apparently, the Sasari Dreadnought that we now occupy, the crew intercepted that ship. That's why Arya has it now. That's why it was important and why we got a ship for free, basically, because it wasn't the ship that they wanted back. They wanted that box back. We were approached by a very powerful broker, who I am not at liberty to say who it is, to help facilitate the recreation of the Geth people. And he points it in. Zen used to work for the admiral who has that key. So we'll be sending him in. We cannot go in. So his people, the contact has people for him. But what we can do is disrupt, is what we do best. Disrupt the area that he will be working in. So he looks at it, he's like, Owen, you get to go back to your pirate days. Steal shipments, be a nuisance. I want your ships blacked out, no identifications. He's like, enough said, too easy. That's what I used to do. Raven, you'll be working with him as well. The rest of you, Ground, going to the capital. Going to be sowing some discord. You know, getting people riled up. Anti-Zao movements. You know, any information that we get back that Zen can get to us to make her look bad, oh, best believe we're going to put it on blast. He looks at you. He's like, I'm going to be commandeering Malachi for a little bit. He's one of the best hackers we have on the ship. I need him to make a pirate blast. Don't worry, your stocks will be fine.
Stocks?
Satine and Artemis.
Satine.
I was gonna say when best hacker, like Satine, like looks at the little like notch port that would probably be like Artemis's hacker. Like, okay.
He catches that side glance. He's like, "Listen, Satine, I'm gonna need you on possible combat duty. All right." They kind of look around, like the crews are like cool with it. And right before they dismiss, he's like, Owen steps up. He's like, "What's the Golden Children going to do while we're out here being pirates?"
Seems a little sassy coming from ex-Gold Team.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a reason we're the Golden Children now.
You wish we were Golden Children, just so your name could feel better, but...
Are you calling your ships gold or black, like Obsidian? That's what I thought.
Yeah. Gold's gaudy.
And
I mean, look, it's called Black Ops for a reason. It's not
called Gold Ops.
See, even the new guy gets it.
Y'all have corrupted him.
He started that segment with Golden Children.
Yeah, I know. And as you can see, he just threw the grenade to stir the pot. He got the reaction he wanted out of y'all. He's like, yeah. Cam is just like, you're too old for this damn game. He's like, what? He's like, they're gonna be the recovery squad. He's like, okay. He's like, their success rate's pretty good at recovering assets. And it's a lot better than having it's also a lot easier to kind of disguise them in as like a crew if they need to be like that. And they have enough firepower they have just enough firepower that isn't like noticeable and traceable to us.
Lauren has a third arm. It's pretty noticeable.
It tucks in.
But it's a black third arm, not a gold third arm.
She never filled out the warranty information, so it can't be traced back to her.
What I mean is, it's a lot easier to extract somebody that doesn't have 80 ships and descending on a capital ship. Easier to get a small crew in versus a whole platoon.
Yeah.
He's like, that's fine with me. I get to discriminately go against people and make some extra money on the side.
I have some shipments going to and from the flotilla. Can we try to disrupt them as little as possible, or if we do disrupt them, plan to reship the goods?
Yes,
I don't want to lose.
Yeah, you're not gonna lose anything, but we got to make it. We got to be indiscriminate against it. If we start picking and choosing, that's going to give away your cover.
Oh,
That's
totally agree. Like, still hit them, but like, save the shit. Don't burn it.
Oh yeah, no. But if it's like that, like stuff that you don't need, we're gonna take a couple things, even some like non-mission critical stuff, but we still gotta hit it, But he's like, but Owen just kind of leans back in his chair. He's like, man, this is fun. We get to be a political uprising. Haven't done one of these since before the war. And he's like, all right, y'all have your orders. Dismissed.
Party time.
Oh, Obsidian, stay here.
You have 15 minutes.
Everyone just collectively rolls their head. Not even their eyes. Just like, fuck, we knew it.
I have work tonight.
So can we be the golden children? Because they get to go home early. And like, we're still here.
So hard being the favorites.
Jesus Christ. You are the favorites.
Who recorded it? Who recorded it?
Play, you are the favorites. Play,
Get back
you
in
are
here.
the favorites. Play, you are the favorites. Send it to every member of the
Put that on the loudspeakers.
That plays like as a backtrack to James Buffet now whenever we break the team. You are
Do we know anybody on the,
Bill?
does anybody on the ship do music or like dabble in music at all? It's like, here, we need a remix of this.
Oh, I'm sure there's someone to be. I'm sure there's a Quarian or a ship hand somewhere that's like, oh.
Like this, it's building up to this really hype drop, and then like you're the favorites, and then it's just Margaritaville, like it's just
constant emotional whiplash of what you're listening to.
So, yeah.
Another big hype beat, nautical wheelers.
I'm sure I can find something.
Because of that, the track only goes gold instead of platinum.
It's like it's just too disjointed. It's really popular on SoundCloud.
Of course.
So he sits down and he's like, all right, looks like y'all have been doing well. Y'all seem healthy. Rebecca, he's like, this extract, if need be, is going to probably be hot. So I'm going to have somebody, Rebecca speaking to y'all. She's like, I'm going to have one of my best people work with y'all. Krogan, if it gets loud. Which, knowing y'all's track record, seems to be quite a bit.
It's faster.
Also,
never a bad thing to have a Krogan on your side.
Well, it's also I don't want to put some. I heard what happened and seen what happened with your friend over there. Points at Lauren, and though she's mended, she's still got a long way to go. So I want to make sure that y'all don't take any. Y'all have all the help you can get. Okay, and Camus looks at y'all and he's like, "Is that good with everyone? Del, you all right having somebody come in to help?"
I mean, are they cool or dickheads?
He plays with his dog a whole bunch. He's pretty good, pretty chill, from what I understand.
He's got a dog.
I mean, what passes for a dog? Yeah.
Space pupper.
A space dog.
Varen?
Yes.
All right, he's in. We love pets. Wait, is it okay to go with us? I don't want to. We can't kill any pets.
No, it'll be fine. The Varen usually doesn't leave the ship unless necessary.
Mascot.
Who has a Varen?
Space hamster.
Or a space hamster.
Wasn't I thinking Mass Effect? Wasn't there a space hamster?
Yeah.
Something?
Yes.
You can get it in
Yes.
2, and you can find it at the bottom in the garage, essentially, in 3.
Yeah.
I want to I know. I just like robot dog would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. Kane.
No,
I just thought of it.
whatever.
Yeah.
They made me think about him. I'm gonna have to boot up Mass Effect 3 on Legendary on the Xbox now to see if I got the space hamster or not.
You find it when you go downstairs at some point.
Yeah,
It
you have
goes
to find
scurrying
it.
across.
K9, but like the character from Doctor Who in like the 70s.
Yes.
Just that very foxy. Like,
It just rolls.
So yeah, Candace is like, I want you guys to take these next couple of days to really like chill out. All right, before we get back into it. Lauren, remember what we had our discussion with earlier, okay? No unnecessary risk if we do get called in. I'm hoping that this goes peaceful. For the love of God, please go right. And it looks at you, Zen, and is like, Zen, I know Sifo has already talked to you. No unnecessary risks, please. I know what Liara asked you to do. Shit, I wasn't supposed to say that.
It's okay. I was gonna tell everyone later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the broker that I didn't want to let all of them know who we're working for because though I trust everyone, some people might take it upon themselves to introduce themselves, and we're not in that position yet.
Clean and efficient is the way that I know how to run. So as long as everything goes according to plan, we should be fine.
Hopefully it does. Your people are here. So if you want to, and they're going to be integrating with you guys. Liara's people are here already. They've been on World for a while, apparently. Apparently, Miss Shepard's been keeping close track with us. I don't know how I
Mrs.
feel
Shepard
about
sounds interesting.
I mean, she's married. She would
No,
drop that one.
it's just interesting. I've always just so used to Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
Mrs. Shepard sounds like a 4th grade teacher.
All right. So you look
Can we
like
go
you
now?
have a question. Dismiss. Go have fun. Party. Don't party too hard, then.
I will try to avoid a hangover.
You leave in 24 hours.
I found this really actually shit. I don't know if you can take it. Found this really cool thing where it's essentially like just fluid that you can just like straight pump into your body when you have a hangover. Boom, gone. Clears it out. But I don't know if it's your grade.
What is?
Valor's just gonna pass out like little like sports bottles of this like electrolyte stuff. Just like drink this before, and you should be fine.
Plus, I want to see he gets up so. This is the more happier. He's like, plus, I want to see how Del cooks. I've heard so much about these eggs.
Ah, you're coming too.
Of course, I'm coming. I've been on this shit. I haven't had a break since we got here.
Don't be a party pooper then. Let's
Look,
go.
I don't think
everyone.
seeing Camus really let loose when he lets loose. It's great. It's the only reason he got me on the ship. He drank me under the table one time.
Better if we go to this party and then it sucks. We know who to blame.
I got a new
Can't suck
margarita
if,
machine.
like,
Can I bring
we're
you
gonna
that?
have the best eggs on the planet.
You're correct.
Available and
Quite
ready
literally.
for hors d'oeuvre. We'll be fine.
Yeah, there's every single one of them.
And Lauren's gonna come over and then put her hand on the shoulder again, but like around the shoulder, and go ham sandwich, and just kind of whisper ham sandwich.
I whip out my pistol. Look around.
No, it's okay. We're okay. We're here. You make the best eggs.
Okay, everyone, and Dell's gonna kind of like flight attendant walk it. Follow me this way. We'll go. Remember, for the first like little bit, I had to work a little bit, so y'all can party, and then I'll join in at the end. And so she'll like lead you guys to the
But there will be
restaurant.
eggs, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we all get to Coastal Clouds. And I'm going to say it's like a montage as you working back there. And as you guys are eating, and it's like this ramen shop, more people show up from the crew. And even more. And even more. And then Ada looks at you. He's like, are all these people?
Yeah, they're like with me. They're friends.
Heard about the eggs.
And they heard about the eggs.
Best eggs on Renok.
So you see them like super busy cooking, but the Turian, which I have yet to name, he looks back. He's like,
Brutus.
Okay.
Yes.
Brutus looks at
That's
you
who
and he's
Brute.
like, I knew you were a good hire. I knew it.
Thanks. This place has been so great, and I wanted to bring my friends here. So, yeah.
You have a lot of friends.
Thank you. I know.
So I'm gonna look around and see like how much would it cost to just rent out the like this is our party spot.
Well, it's a small bodega, so like
we probably got it.
Yeah, you guys have it.
Lauren probably takes up 2 seats of the 5 seats that are there. So
okay.
And like all the other businesses are getting boom as well because like even most of the crew just kind of saw everyone leave and they're like they know how to have a good time and just kind of follow, and then it kind of gets quiet in the park because all of a sudden you see Rebecca and her husband come walking through, and like people are just starting to like get her attention and bring her over to get food and stuff, and she's like making the rounds to kind of show like, you know, the hospitality and stuff, and like people bring out food to her, drinks to her, you know, as her and her crew is there as well intermingling with you guys.
We make sure that no one from Team Gold can sit right next to us. They can sit next door if they want to, but not here.
I mean, they come in and they get their food and then they leave because Ada and Brutus are not going to not sell food to them.
I'll whisper. I'll be like, they're fucking...
I'm going to make sure that Ada and Brutus tell them that their food is being purchased by Team Obsidian.
Oh, yeah.
Their
we
food
ran out
is
because
by us.
If you think Owen cares how he's eating, he's like, perfect.
I just want to know that he knows that he is eating because of us. Whether or not he cares, I don't care. I want the satisfaction.
I think when Ada says that, Del, you're close enough. He's like, good, because they fucked up my room anyway, and he walks away.
I was like,
There's a
and
little
we'll do it again.
There's a little salt there still. Okay, that's a good point.
Hey, we are still on the same team ultimately, so like compensating them for damage is kosher. But like
Wet
now
blanket.
You should have told us if you needed some salt with those eggs, bitch.
He eats it and he's like, you must have made these, and walks away.
Yes.
I didn't.
Fucking Lauren's like, what did you just say? Like the first time, like she almost like looks bigger than she was. She's like, what did you say?
Her eggs are supple.
These are the
delicious
best eggs.
eggs are supple and delicious.
The petty side of the crew, you know.
I think Canvas is like, your stitches are still not fully healed. It brings you back.
Give me those eggs.
No, we've gone already.
You don't deserve these eggs.
I think after like a little bit, like Del only like worked for like a few hours that night, and so then she'll go around to like the other side, and like oh my gosh, okay, Ada, you gotta help me teach everybody. So you guys, so there's some nights that like we stay here like after everybody closes and then we like have a few drinks, whatever. But there's a super great drinking game that Ada knows, and we all have to play it because it's the funnest thing ever. So
are we about to do sake bombs?
Who's down? Who's down?
I'm going to turn to Valorn and be like, Valorn, this is safe for me as well. Yes, the vial that you gave to provide or to prevent hangovers.
Yeah, no, should be biologically neutral.
Down the hatch. Let's go.
Remind me, what was the name of no, oh, okay, it's just Norman. Okay, so this is actually a Korean drinking game. It's called Titanic, but in this it's going to be called Normandy. So basically what you do is and Del will like set a drink that's like a glass like this. It's filled up to like probably the line right here, and then she'll take like a little shot glass, an empty shot glass, and like slide it in to where it's kind of like floating on the top, and she's like, okay, this is called Normandy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this bottle and everybody's going to fill up the shot glass a little bit, and you're trying not to sink the shot glass, because if you sink it then you have to chug the whole thing. Okay, so
how have I never heard this? Is a real game?
It's called Titanic, and it's the best.
This is
game
incredible.
Ever. It's so much fucking fun.
This is really fighting against both my desire to win and my desire to drink.
Yes.
It's true.
I think Lauren definitely is gonna fuck this game up, and she's gonna overpour herself a lot by accident.
Can we roll and see who rolls the lowest? Has to
Yes.
it?
Everybody rolls me a D10.
For what?
D10.
Just a
Oh,
straight
so
D10.
just a D10, so not no modify. Oh,
Let's go. Boom.
Wait, I gotta get a D10. I only had D20s out. Hold on.
I a 10. First roll of 2023 for me.
Well, Drax was getting
7.
drunk.
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
7.
I got a 9.
Okay, 9.
Tatum.
I rolled for both.
He's just sitting in the back, being like, "Whatever, I can do this all night."
Yeah.
I'm purposely
Okay, too
blocking
cool,
him
too
out.
Cool for school.
He gets it so that the water tension is just perfect. It still hasn't sunk, and he's like, I'm thinking 2 more drops. There it is.
I still
That's
don't
the
have
best.
Taylor.
That's the
That's
That's
best.
why I don't lose. Like I would thought about heavy handing on purpose, and I'm like, no, fuck this good.
This is the teens.
Okay.
Also, it's another 7.
Okay.
Taylor's just like standing by the bar, and there's like just glasses lined up next to him. And then every now and again, you just see one on. It's just empty all of a sudden.
He has like Legolas.
Quick, too fast for eyes.
It's like Legolas vibes from like the extended edition, where he keeps getting handed beers and just like finishing them really quick and just kind of really smooth about it.
I'm waiting on Reno's.
6.
6? Okay.
So it's a Drax.
So Drax is the first loss.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah. Am I getting thrashed? Is that what's going on?
So basically what it is like how it works in real life is that it's like beer and then you basically make like a shot of soju that's in it.
Nice.
So and then you have to just chug the whole thing in like one go.
Awesome. That's good. Yeah. I think it like probably hits Vorcha like a stimulant. Right.
Yeah.
He's just wired.
I'm cheering so loud.
Jax.
This is amazing. You all should do this. I feel so alive.
hey. Bet you 100 eddies, you're gonna lose again next round.
I want to lose. This is amazing.
That was my hope.
We'll do one more round. Let's do
go.
one more round.
Ooh.
Tatum again, doing well.
5.
8.
Balaam with the 10 this time.
Oh, Lauren.
Damn.
Lauren falling with a 4.
9. Let's go.
Who are we missing here?
Rollies.
Satine with a 9.
Was it Lauren?
Yeah, Lauren has. I think Lauren's the lowest with a 4.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so now Lauren is getting drink, and I think as you guys are having your fun, both Sifo and Camus kind of walks towards, because I'm gonna say this is like, if you look at the picture that we have, you guys are like at a bodega along the riverside. And goes out to the ocean, so they just kind of sit back and they kind of look at you guys, and it's like they just kind of smile and chuckle as you guys are having a good time. And just like, I really hope this goes well. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, it's that like foreboding in like a war movie or something. Where they're all partying at the bar.
Yeah, this is like before the big fight. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I think Frex comes over to Del at some point, right? It says, Del, I'm very relieved that the eggs you learned how to cook were small eggs from some insignificant creature. When I first heard that you learned how to cook eggs, I thought you meant Vorcha eggs.
No, never. No, never.
Okay.
Never. No, you never have to worry about that. I promise. It's like a creature was on Earth. It's like a human creature. It's called a chicken.
It's like a little human. Little human.
It's like so it's fluffy, but it's kind of like rawr. But it also is like it's loud and it has like little arms, but then it also has like little.
You're not talking me out of this being a person.
And it has like sometimes it has like a red thing up here, and sometimes it has like a red thing down here, but not all of them do.
That's a rooster, darling.
And then
Ada says that.
Do the roosters speak things?
it's like
Chin
if
dick?
it's a boy or a girl.
Chin dick? A forehead dick or a chin dick?
I've only seen them in books. Before.
If they're red,
but
they probably should get that looked at by a doctor, right?
But the boys always wake up like when the sun comes up, and then the girls don't. They make the eggs, but in like these little houses. They do have little wooden houses. I saw them in like a.
I think these are people.
No,
like a little cottage.
But then there's like hay, and they live outside, but in like a shack.
And
So they're homeless
Looking
people.
at Lauren for clarification this entire time.
And do all the chickens come by to rub up against the eggs to impart their genetic material to the egg?
That's
No.
before.
That's not how it works for chickens.
It's before.
No.
Okay. Sounds like a very strange creature.
Yeah. Jax, they're
Wait,
very
they
weird.
come up and they
Frex.
rub the eggs?
Well, that's how the hive, preps the next brood.
Oh, I don't think I think
I'm sorry.
I think these are
Guys, I have margaritas. Just like bust into this very awkward description of chickens with my margarita machine. I'm like,
I'll give you the VHS that I have. That is old human.
I have a
beings.
VHS.
Valorm just
Thank
like
you.
one too many sips in. It's just like, you see, it's all about the cloaca. Nature's miracle.
And Frex, like, and we can cut there. Frex is glad that it's
I think Ada
little eggs getting cooked.
I think Ada looks at you though. It's like you have a very collective group of friends.
They're the best.
I think this like explains some looks of horror earlier when people were like, "Oh, I'll have like 3 eggs."
Three Vulture.
Frank's like,
there's eating that in front of me.
how hungry are you people?
Am I gonna have to eat 3 Vorcha?
Yeah, I only want 1 egg.
That's
Like,
so
don't
funny.
get yourselves wrong.
Oh my god,
Drax
it's like
and
in
Frex
Futurama,
and
the popcorn
everybody
chicken.
ordered an egg. All the Vorcha ordered an egg, thinking like, well, might have to eat
Can't
her
say
own
no.
again, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's so sad. Yeah. Don't make sure whatever, like, because she's like collected like books and DVDs and like different like human things, and so whatever nature book or documentary on a DVD, she's gonna
Oh
be
my
like,
god, the first thing
give
has
it
to
to
be like an
Frex.
old McDonald recording, like a
Oh, yeah.
recording of the
Mhm.
old McDonald have a farm.
yeah.
Then there's like
Yeah,
that supersized documentary where then it just gets real weird with chickens. You're like, oh no.
It's the whole range. It's the whole range of media of that trying to
Mm.
Damn.
Oh, what was that?
Not my dogs.
It's puppies. There's so many puppies.
There's
In
so
this-
many-
Okay, my dogs are.
A
Yeah, my
plethora
dogs
of
are.
pups.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted.
That's so good. That's so good.
I like the idea of just a drunk Valorm just talking about cloaca.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that's
And,
also
and
what
all the
they-
Vorcha just in rapt attention at how some other creature manages their eggs.
It's like that scene.
Nature's
like
miracle hole, the cloaca.
I just
He
picture
does
the
it all.
scene from like Lord of the Rings, like the first one, when Bilbo's sitting there like telling the story to all the little kids at his birthday.
Mhm.
It's that scene, but it's Valorm teaching all the
reproduction of chickens.
Yeah, the reproduction of chicken to all the Vorcha.
Yeah,
And they're like,
they just leave it. Only
So we end the night. Everybody starts going their separate ways. If anyone has any final scenes,
probably when a lot of people, we don't have to like, but probably when a lot of people were leaving, Dell probably took Lauren to the like the stove and tried to teach Lauren how to cook an egg.
Oh,
Lauren was schwasty, so there's no way she did a good job. But
they were
so many
busted.
eggs.
They were busted AF. They were bad, but it was like cute. It was like cute cooking. It was like cute. You know that cute cooking? It was like cute cooking.
okay.
This is like a ghost moment, but with making boiled eggs.
Oh yeah.
It's like but it's like the reverse. So it's like Dell trying to reach around to help me crack the eggs, but it's just like I can't even see what you're doing. What are you? I'm just going by feel.
It probably started that way, and then we realized we can't.
Yeah, I'll watch you. Don't.
Nobody's gonna get burned.
Yeah.
Ada's like, oh, you two are adorable. All right, so we fast forward, and I'm gonna set the scene. Then, where would the crew? Question: where would you know what? No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make it super awkward because I have that right. So, there's a knock at your door, Renos.
Oh boy. What time is this?
6 a.m. or whatever it's early.
Oh, it's early. Okay. Yeah. I think probably very noticeable to every single person leaving this area. There was like a very intense game with betting involved of darts between Zen and Renos that went on until everyone left. So I probably rolled into my apartment like 2 hours before this is happening.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think very much in that daze, just like rolls out of bed. I feel like she's really enjoying the life now and like puts on a fluffy robe. You know, she's got a fluffy robe now and house shoes. Like she's really, really digging this not being on a spaceship thing. And then just kind of like flings open the door, half asleep, like angry. Flings open the door, not thinking that she probably shouldn't fling open the door. And it's like, what?
And you see 4 very suited Quarian Marines sitting at your door. Renos, we went to the ship and Zen wasn't there. We were told to come check here.
Shut the door a little more. Okay. Just lam it shut. I like grab pillows off of my couch and just like kind of just like beer pong throw them like towards the bed.
Just what?
I think you have to go do your job.
All right, where's my suit?
I like look over the kitchen counter and pull it off the floor. Like, here you go.
So I'll walk in, like, get dressed and ready to go. Well, see you there. Try not to get shot, huh?
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'll give you the same warning I gave Lauren. If you fucking die, I will figure out a way to bring you back to life and fucking kill you myself.
If you bring me back to life, can you bring the Geth back too? Like you're already going to be playing with life and death there. Like just finish, you know, I gotta go.
So you open the door, and one of the female Quarians chuckle, like, "We get it," and they kind of take a look at you, and they're like, "He's not quite awake, Michael," and they pull out a stim pen and just stab you. He's like, "Wake up!"
Can I have one of those for in the morning?
Quarian
morning.
makes
It is
no-
the morning.
My morning.
Hold on, and the medic kind of goes through, and it's like, yes. That's a Krogan. Here you go.
I want that. Okay, that's probably fine. Thank you.
Krogan stim is like an elephant stimulant for a human.
Maybe take it from a 10 and knock it down to like a 0.5 on injection rate, because you don't have plating.
I'm gonna do that now before I forget.
All right. Come on.
Yeah,
The ship's
make sure I
waiting.
have all my stuff, and I'm off.
Really though, don't fucking die.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
We'll bring him back alive, ma'am.
See?
Damn.
They are soldiers through and through.
Yeah, I know. She's like, I don't know if I like it.
And we'll
See you there.
end with